We're here for. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why I went into that voice, but last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had ventured into the Pardatos Mountains to go forth and slay a silver dragon, of which they had been commissioned to do. They were to bring back a skull, a heart, and some of their breath glands, and as intact and as wonderfully together as possible. They managed to succeed in killing said dragon in the midst of its lair and had returned, or had started to return back to the city of Melagast. Along the way, they were assaulted by one extraterrestrial or extraplanar, fun-loving brother of Artemis, Amaris. And, after an encounter that nearly killed a large amount of the party, they managed to successfully survive and begin to return back to Melagast. And then realized that Darcy's fits were about to begin once again due to the moon.
Yes, let's call them that.
Becoming full the night after. But all of you arrive at the outskirts of Melagast relatively early in the morning and find that the city is as you had left it. Not much has changed. The slightly walled exterior, the same as it was previously. The fields which spread out across the actual are outside the walls of the city itself, and the various beautiful small farmhouses, idyllic in the eyes, are, various farmers are coming out to farm their fields and do their work. A few carriages can be seen coming in and out of the actual city itself, some carrying merchants, some carrying other interesting folk. But you find yourselves near the edge of the city itself, with the sun rising in the distance, and the air still a little bit chilly in the morning, and your body's relatively injured, though still alive and functioning. And on the back of a created cart sits a dragon skull. So,
And after that fight that next morning, I would have resummoned the Root. That way she can continue dragging the cart as well for us.
Root's not happy about it, but Root will do so.
What do you mean this lizard that got just decimated the night before isn't happy about being put back to a cart?
I don't know what happened. He just showed up and, he does that.
You see Root just look at you, Artemis, and then with a slight shake of its head, it starts walking towards the cart to get itself hooked up.
Darcy gives it a sort of like a root vegetable out of the rations as thanks.
Yeah, you give it like a slightly dried up root vegetable. It literally lunges at it, grabs it, and it almost takes a portion of your fingers with it.
I like to imagine that it just engulfed the hand and pulled back, taking the root vegetable, and there's just a bunch of slobber.
Oh, there is a lot of slobber.
I imagine there's not a lot of food in Artemis's dreamland.
It just looks at you with a blank look while it's chewing.
Technically, she doesn't have to eat, by the by.
Really? Then
Yes,
why is he
that
eating?
still feels unnecessarily. Rule is just shaking his hand to get the rest of it off.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, she still likes things. I still feed her, but you don't have to. It's just good form.
You smell your hand? Ooh, it smells really terrible.
Ugh. Don't worry. When we get back to the city, I'll get some like lizard grade toothpaste to clean it every morning. Did they make that?
You can certainly try and find it. It's not one specialized guy sitting in an alley.
Surely that.
It's the same person that sold sovereign glue to Faerun.
True.
Surely that
Yes, I have the perfect thing here. Just take this giant brush. Here, put it on for you.
I mean, I would imagine that out of any
Keep
everyone that
brushing for
we've
a minute.
met, that the alchemist that sold me and Vastel a lot of stuff, would be able to whip something up that helps with that.
Isn't he dead?
Whoever wherever he is, or whoever his replacement might be, doesn't matter.
Okay, just because somebody took over his stole doesn't mean that they have the same knowledge and expertise.
And what would you know about running a store? Oh, never mind.
Were you really about to ask me that?
No.
Root, I'm sorry you have to put up with him.
Root seems very content, having just eaten a root vegetable.
To be honest, he's probably smarter than me.
Huh?
True.
Not sure if that's a compliment or an insult.
I don't know. It's a lot to think about, but
Well, let's get this past the walls.
you think the guards are gonna stop us? Just dragging along the head of a dragon?
Well, I mean, we have the work order.
Oh, okay.
Okay. As all of you begin to take the actual dragon head, as well as Root, and the fabricated cart back within the actual city itself, you do get a lot of very odd glances. Primarily from the guards. There's quite a few from the various different people as well. And as you pass through the lower and the middle sections of Melagast, no one really approaches you. There is a guard that comes up and kind of questions you guys. Be like, "What the hell are you doing with the dragon skull?" Just prancing it around. It's like, God damn.
Darcy just shows the work order.
Okay, be on your way. You should probably cover it up so you don't scare people.
How would we scare people? We killed that thing.
It's an
I think that's the
accomplishment.
I think that's the point. That's the point.
The point is that they don't need to be reminded that the existence called dragons still are around.
When we left, there were people selling dragon feathers.
That's for the festival, and 95% of them are fake.
True.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't get any dragon feathers.
There's a
This one didn't have
difference.
feathers.
Oh.
This one didn't have wings.
Oh.
Well, they made wings.
Apparently I don't know enough about dragons. Okay, carry on, but please cover it up. People don't need to be reminded that dragons exist.
Right. And Darcy's just gonna reach into his bag, pull out the tent, and drape it over.
Yeah, easily enough. The chat goes over like 95% of the skull. Alright, but as you guys make it into kind of the actual upper echelons of Melagast, the locations where the more prestigious and rich people are, as you guys are heading towards the actual academy itself. I need someone to roll me a D100. I would like that someone to be Surya.
Ooh,
Oh, boy.
I would also like to.
Syria.
I think Varus just kind of splits off at one point and doesn't follow them to the academy.
Okay. As soon as Varus disappears and all of you are continuing onwards, the wind has been pretty steady, but for some reason it just picks up a little bit and a portion of the tent flaps upwards. You see quite
Darcy grabs that and just reties it real quick.
Yeah, very quickly you get it back, and it's, maybe less than 5-6 seconds that you get the entire thing retied back and kind of solidified. But you do, at this point, see someone approach the group. That someone is honestly relatively familiar to some of you, as you had seen him previously win a contest. As he walks up, just kind of
this
flamboyantly, with his slightly lopsided hat, his beautifully kind of trimmed silk tunic, and a few guards behind him. These ones look to be different mercenaries or guards than the ones you had previously encountered.
Man, it's a good thing I left already.
As he walks up, he kind of inspects all of you and literally just stands in the way of Root, absolutely zero fear in his eyes. He looks up and down all of you. Poor. But I can afford to make you a little bit richer than you would be. I will buy that off of you. 15,000 gold.
Denied. Go away.
20.
Go away.
You can't legally
Lyra.
be allowed to carry that around, could you?
Yes, we are.
Work
We have a work order. Now go away.
Is it legal for them to carry it around with a work order? You see him kind of speak to one of the mercenaries. The mercenary walks up. Yeah, like I said, we shouldn't be bothering them. This is legal tender. Is there any way I can grab it from them? Not legally. He walks away.
Hmm.
I feel sorry for you for having to take that contract. Darcy just says to the mercenary.
The guy just shrugs, walks away.
I think he cares either way. He gets paid.
True, but that man is insufferable.
Nobility, they tend to be.
I like what.
Oh
No,
shit! I forgot. I
No,
forgot you were
he-
here, Vera.
No, he's worse than nobility. He's a horrifically successful merchant.
Well, but you guys proceed onwards to the actual academy itself, and you can see a lot of students begin to just gather. As soon as one spots it, you see this Tabaxi girl kind of sees all of you, and as soon as she spots all of you, she fucking runs, and within 30 seconds, there's like a crowd of like 30, 40 people gathering to watch as you guys are taking, one, a giant lizard, which is not native to this climate, two, a massive cart made of what looks to be like semi-translucent strings, but is somehow solid, and three, a not very well hidden dragon skull underneath a tarp.
Oh well.
I'm just.
Smile and wave, Vlad. Smile and wave.
I'm gonna just do like a bit of crowd control and clear the path and stuff.
All right, Lyra, give me just a general athletics check.
Well, I'm not like manhandling them.
No,
you
I
just-
know.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Lyra starts throwing people out of the way.
Out of the way, peasant.
Puny wizard, fly.
Malphite ults into the crowd. Penta.
Well, that is crowd control. That is.
Oh my god. No, but you guys see Lyra kind of like just using her brute strength, just kind of moving people slightly out of the way, not manhandling or like, you know, causing any sort of injuries, but just like making enough room that your lizard isn't gonna accidentally bite someone's head off if it does
Yeah.
get triggered.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh,
good.
just don't worry. She's very well
She
trained.
did. Oh right, it's a lot of people suddenly surrounding it. Go figure.
At one point, Lyra, you spot someone about to throw something, and just in that brief moment of pure instinct, you manage to grab it out of the air, and you have this like wet, sloppy, what appears to be like a sandwich in your hand, as you now have like the remnants of about half of a sandwich just grabbed in your hand.
Just
Ugh.
gonna look at it like, so throw it back into the crowd and just don't even know where it came from. Just throw it back in there.
You hear a few guys and girls just scream and get out of the way. Before, yeah, very easily you guys make it to the actual shop itself with no issues, and you do see that the owner kind of walks out, looks at all of you, looks at the dragon skull, takes a moment. I need to find their character sheet, you know.
You thought we were gonna go. You thought you were gonna die, didn't you?
Yes.
I mean, we almost did.
I appreciate the honesty.
No, it was the easiest contract I think I've ever taken.
You died.
Hey, we don't speak about the
Yeah,
the,
no,
the
but-
camp incident.
He's delusional, but it was extremely easy. You know, we bamboozled the dragon, we blew up half its body, you know, gave it the Watt full, and you know, this is all that was left. For your convenience, naturally.
Yeah.
This is quite well done. Let's see. You see, she kind of walks up to the actual skull itself, and she just takes off your tent, and then just hands it to someone generally in your group's direction.
Yeah, Darcy will just take and bundle it back up into his bag.
You see that she kind of like walks around the entirety of the cart, maybe takes about 20-30 seconds just inspecting it. Excellent.
And we also have, in addition, the other organs you asked for, the heart and the breath glands. Stored. Yes, they're currently stored in a bag of colding.
Excellent. Transfer them to me. She kind of opens up what appears to be just a regular bag of holding.
Yep.
Do not
Darcy
put
will...
your bag inside of mine. Just
Not to
take it
worry,
out.
I'm well aware of that. Darcy will reach in and sort of scoop the heart into her bag as well as the breath glands.
You see the crowd that's currently watching go, ooh, whoa, whoa.
Ew.
There's a lot of people kind of just gathered to look at this occurrence, and you see she slowly turns around towards the group, towards the crowd. Go along to your lessons. There's no reason for you to be here. And after about 20-30 seconds, all of them just start slowly dispersing, very sad. But she kind of turns back towards you. Excellent. Now, what did I promise you? There's money, pair of goggles.
Money and those goggles of true sight.
Yes, please.
And since you brought back everything in perfect shape, though there is a scratch on the surface of the dragon skull, that I don't mind, is a bonus.
Oh.
She kind of snaps her fingers, and then you can see appearing within her ungloved hand, and rather delicately, it looks to be some sort of flower. As it just, the petals and the actual stem itself slowly descends into her hand, she takes a look, kind of flips it over a little bit. Perhaps you can find some use for this. Not an alchemist. And then just hands it to you, Darcy.
What is that flower?
She looks towards you, and though you know that her eyes are kind of hidden behind this mask, you can see that she is definitely looking in your direction, given that her face is pointed at you. And good question. Before she turns around and walks back inside. And you can see that the actual skull begins to kind of like levitate off of the cart. It seems to just follow her in.
How much time do I have left on the cart?
About, honestly, like 10 hours. It only took you about 2 hours to get here.
I am not able to dismiss this.
Nope.
Is there a student walking around?
Yeah, there's still a few
Good
students
see-
who are like lingering around the area.
Who would like an excuse to study this card? I made it with magic. Please feel free. Just take it off my hands. You've got 10 hours.
Give me a charisma check.
Not persuasion?
Nope. You see, like, a younger student, maybe only 16 or 17-year-old boy. He kind of walks over. You said I could take this to study, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. What did you mean by 10 hours?
Well, I've been creating this daily to bring the skull back over. It lasts approximately 12 hours, and it's been around for 2 hours. It will dissipate after the 10.
What is the material?
A sort of ethereal string. I don't know much about it myself, which is why, if you study it and learn anything about it, I would greatly appreciate if you could tell me your findings.
Okay. Do the wheels flex? They don't.
No, it's solid.
Then how did you
More so than
make it with string?
I'm going to level with you. I'm not a wizard. I think the proper term is warlock. I don't decide my powers, and
You see, as soon as you mention warlock, his face turns like pure white. He says, I'm sorry. He's just.
Okay, never mind. Never mention that word ever again. Okay.
Okay.
Warlock, where?
Oh well. Is she gonna come back with the rest of our stuff, or do we go? Where do we go for that?
As you look back towards her, you're not entirely sure, but for some reason, some of your bags feel heavier. And specifically, Lyra, as you kind of glance down, you realize there's something hooked onto the end of your axe.
What
your
is
goggles.
this? I instantly put that shit on.
As you begin to attune to them, you get the following benefits. I need to go and find my sheet.
I look like a dork, like wearing like night vision goggles or something.
Oh, you look like a massive fucking nerd.
What?
Oh,
Can't get
man.
like those Gucci shades or something.
No. One, it looks like it looks terrible. The goggles, they look absolutely horrendous, and there is nothing you can do.
The term goggles is always not a good look.
Yeah, it's like you're wearing swim goggles that look like they're a little too tight and also way too large for your face. So you're wearing goggles that look like this. But
No, I'm gonna.
the good thing is that you can switch between 4 different types of visions. So your normal vision,
Jesus!
Yeah.
you have 10 feet of true sight, you have 30 feet of blind sight, or you have
Oh,
60
cool.
feet of dark vision. You can only have one active at a time, and it requires a bonus action to switch.
More bonus actions. I love it. Is the item in the? Can I drag it to my inventory?
Nope. The description is all you have, because that's all I made for the for the item. You have a pair of really fucking ugly goggles, but
Not
they
bad.
can, using a bonus action, switch between 4 modes. Normal vision, true sight, 10 feet, blind sight, 30 feet, and dark vision, 60 feet. There you go. Once you attune to them, the rest of you watch as Lyra, like the goggles, they don't necessarily change how ugly they are, but some of the actual lenses begin to shift and kind of move and twitch in various different ways, according to her commands. And Lyra, do you want to test it?
Yes.
Yeah. The instant you switch to True Sight, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of you watch as Lyra, like, her knees buckle and she slams herself down on the ground because it is so incredibly disorientating. Because 1, you begin to see into the ethereal realm, and 2, you begin to see into the spiritual realm. Both of which are currently overlapping the material, and it is nausea overload. 3,
Lyra.
there is nothing that you can see beyond that 10 feet of sight. It is just pure pitch black. The most pure darkness that you have ever seen. And honestly, it's a little terrifying to look at.
I quickly try to switch out of that.
Yeah, you swap out of it, and then the instant you go into blind sight, both of your eyes stop working. But, for some reason, your nose gets really good at determining exactly who is where.
That's unfortunate.
And oh boy, some of these students fucking smell like shit. Like, that one really needs a shower.
Oh.
He quickly switches out of that one too. That's too much information.
As you swap into dark vision, yeah, honestly, this is like the only relatively normal one. Glancing forward, you have about 60 feet of dark vision, and then it eventually kind of fades out into gray. It's not the same terrifying darkness that you had seen with the true sight, but, you know, it's dark vision up to 60 feet before you go blind after that, so it's not terrible. However, even in the daylight, as of currently, everything is in black and white.
That's great, Emily.
She does look like a nerd.
I imagine it's like when you take like the full on goggle option in Bloodborne and it just doesn't quite mesh well with the face.
Very similar, yes. But yeah.
Eyewear was such a bad decision for that game.
Oh, Lyra,
It
you look
looked-
great.
You're just saying that to be nice, right? You can be honest.
Deception check? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
They're all
alright.
It could be worse.
Functionality over form.
Lyra, if we were back in school, we would have made fun of you for that.
Good thing I'm not in school.
And also, I feel like Lyra's the wrong person for you to make fun of. I think she could actually just pick you up and snap you in half.
Yeah, but we saw it then.
Gosh, I would never do that. Right?
You tell me.
Nah, I'm as gentle as a flower.
Darcy having fucking PTSD flashbacks to all the people he's seen Lyra cut in half, rip their arms off, chop the heads
Oh.
off of.
Which is surprisingly few, given that the majority of what you guys have fought are monsters.
The point still stands.
True. But you now find yourselves outside the academy, currently with not much to do. What would you like to do?
Let's go talk to Van Bloom if anyone's gonna know what this full hour is. It's him.
That's a good idea.
Also, how much gold did we get, Jake?
Yeah, I thought
6,000.
this year, but give us our gold. Oh.
6,000. Okay, so we each.
Each of
Okay.
you dig into your pockets, and all of a sudden, you're 100 platinum richer.
100.
Ooh.
What? Jeez.
Or 100
Even-
dwarvish gold richer.
Even me.
Yes.
God
Surprisingly.
Somehow.
I'm just walking in the street. All of a sudden, my pants just get heavy.
You're like, what the hell? Did I just shit myself?
One side gets like lopsided.
Yeah.
Knives are out. Okay, who did that?
People just watch Varus like trip on his own leg.
I mean, it definitely disorients him enough to cause him to stumble a little bit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a large weight is being put in his pocket.
Yeah.
literally a single pound of weight has been placed suddenly into your pants?
No. The platinum pieces and the gold pieces and everything are actually relatively small. So because they're actually way smaller than like a standard D&D piece, they are actually much lighter.
Oh,
Ooh.
They're about a tenth.
He'll
of
take
the
some off.
weight. So instead of being a pound, it's about a tenth of a pound being added. So honestly, you might not even notice it.
His perception is high enough that
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he
No,
notices
sorry.
it. But
His perception would definitely make him notice, and we go, "Whoa."
you see, that's when perception fucks with you.
Yep.
Just all of these carefully measured movements, and then suddenly, oh no!
But yeah, you guys head back towards Ravu. Sorry, I got chicken in my mouth.
this guy.
I'll go say hi.
Yeah, you find him in his study within his actual manor itself with no relative ease. As he's kind of like digging through some of his documents, signing them, reading some of them, and kind of casting some sort of magic that allows him to be looking at multiple at once. You see it as soon as you guys all walk in. All the documents kind of like just slowly drip down onto the actual desk itself before he looks up. He looks specifically at Artemis and Varus and kind of says,
It's not there.
"Right, at Artemis. No, how's the afterlife?"
We don't talk about.
Okay, it never happened then.
No,
How
it
much
was,
did
it
you
was fine.
see?
Oh,
Most of it.
yeah, no, it was fine. You didn't see me like in the afterlife, did you? Did you see
That's
me
not how
go
it works.
there? Oh, okay.
Admittedly, it started off pretty well. Then it went very, very wrong.
You guys
Yeah.
got lucky in some parts, and then you got very unlucky in some other parts.
Yeah, maybe just don't mention it to anyone else.
But like you saw us like fall and everything, right?
Yep.
What?
Hmm.
Oh man.
There was
Tell
nothing I could have
people-
done from this. There was nothing I could have done from here.
Tell people we slay the dragon and don't tell them about any other parts.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
went into the mountains, you slayed a dragon, and you came back. Simple as
Easy
that.
peasy.
Right?
Yeah. So, question. So apparently we did very well harvesting the pieces and whatnot, and the person we got the job from was gracious enough to give us a bonus in the form of this flower. They didn't tell us what it was. We're
got
not
it.
the people to ask about this. Yeah,
He takes
Touches
a look
his
at
back.
it, and as you kind of pass this flower over to him, you can see that he is very, very gentle with it, and that it actually floats over his hand just ever so slightly before he starts to investigate it. And you can see it like slowly start to turn. This is not a very common flower.
I suspected as much, but what is it?
This is a sky lotus. And he kind of goes about, and you see that the actual shape of the flower is in the shape of what appears to be a lotus flower. The stem itself is rather strong, but surprisingly, about halfway down, it begins to kind of like taper off rapidly, and at the very end, it almost looks like jellyfish tentacles, where it's just clear, transparent, and very, very thin, but long and just drifting in the air slightly. Initially, you had just assumed that's what the roots look like, but now you kind of look back. It's floating ever so slightly. It's very interesting. Huh. Well, this allows one to manipulate a spell scroll and change aspects of it.
Hey.
Essentially, exchange and remove and change different things. So, if you have a scroll of Fireball, you know how the range is 60 feet, but the radius is what, 20 approximately? You could swap those numbers
Something like
around.
that? That seems like a horrendously bad idea.
I'm just saying, you possibly could. It's difficult to do, and frankly, brewing a potion, or brewing the alchemical reagent that allows you to do that, is difficult. It's not easy to do. But I've done it a few times before, specifically for something that I was actually going to give you, or to use, for your trip into either her mind or the other Vestel's mind. Which, speaking of, I needed to speak to all of you in regards to that. And I needed you to confirm with both yourselves and me that I would not be responsible for your deaths if you were to die.
Hey, we can actually die?
Yes.
Varen, when have we done something that could not have possibly resulted in our deaths?
Handing
Maybe
me the
the walk
flower,
here?
walking in.
Sleeping most of the time.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people who die during their sleep.
Oh,
But here's the low rundown, essentially, of it. If you decide to go with her, he kind of points towards the Vestel that's currently with all of you, and you wish to actually explore her mind, free whatever it is that's kind of trapping her, there's a few things you need to know. One, all of you will most likely be reliving as a part of her memory. You might have some control over it, but it's much more likely that you'll be able to control a character that she has in her mind, rather than yourselves. Two, those characters might switch, depending on how the contents work. Currently, I'm not sure. I've done it once before, and that exploration was a failure.
Failure how?
I almost died,
Delightful.
and the person who I was trying to save also died.
oh,
That
Right.
doesn't sound good.
And it's different to a physical death. You will not be able to come back if you die in there. Your soul, or whatever essence that you leave behind, either gets trapped within their mind, or gets trapped somewhere else. Or something comes in and swoops it up. I tried to revive my friend. Every single temple I went to, regardless of how much gold I paid, was unable to bring them back.
When you say something comes in and swoops them up,
That's a theory. It's not actuality. I don't know.
I just want to be aware of any potential soul swoopage.
As far as I'm aware, there's no soul swoopage. It's just your soul gets trapped within their minds, and you can't get released until they die. So here's a warning. If you wish to descend into your friend Vestel's mind, that I can pull all of you out, except for Vestel. If I pull all of you out prematurely, she dies. Permanently. If you die in her mind, you die permanently.
You die in your life.
Exactly. You die in the game, you die in real life.
no.
Jake takes a flight, brings a gun.
It's like, see you guys in a few
Action,
hours. Just fucking Terminators through Robert's door.
You can try, motherfucker. I got my own gun.
But yeah, he's like very serious this entire time that he's saying it. So it's incredibly dangerous. Is the first thing. And we don't know what could possibly happen in there. 2, I can potentially assist you, at the very least a little bit, influence things, change a few things. Very, very minor assistances. It's not going to be easy, and I can only do it twice without harming the actual user itself. The owner of the dream.
Right.
If I do it 3 times, there's a very high possibility it causes permanent damage to either her or all of you. Or it traps all of you within the brain, or the mind, or the dream, and you're never able to get out, living within an endless loop of nightmares.
Okay.
I can also set a time limit, because as far as I'm aware, the time that passes within her mind and the time that passes out here is the same. However, at the end of this time limit, I will pull all of you out. She will still die. She will still permanently die. But I can at the very least save the rest of you.
So how do we get out without her dying?
She lets you out. But, of course,
Is it?
in this
Is
situation,
there a situation where she
she's-
wouldn't?
She's not in control of her own mind at this moment. She's sealed off more than half of it. That half has something else behind it. And it's not your friend Vistel.
So what if that other part doesn't want to let us out?
You have to defeat it. Kill it. Some sort of symbolistic murder. Just feed it. I don't know. Because
Well, what-
her memories are locked behind her own mind, she could have imagined it as a variety of different reasons. It could be a person. It could be just a steel door. It could be anything. It could be a mountain that you'd have to climb. It could be arbitrary concepts that you wouldn't be able to understand. It could be
I
anything.
really hope it's not another mountain. That did not go well.
At the very least, if it's a mountain, you can climb over it. It might take some time, but it's easy. If it's a person, if it's someone in her past, if it's someone that, you know, could have been extremely dangerous, all powerful, it could be very, very bad.
Well, I'm now suddenly hoping it's the family dog and it simply wants to play fetch.
Maybe. That could be one of it. The arbitrary concept could be that their dog wanted to play fetch, and that's what would have completed them. I'm not saying it can't be, because that probably could be. Every single person's dream is different, and every single person's mind is fucked up in their own ways. So this current moment, this is a risk versus reward scenario. Do you want to explore her mind badly enough that you could risk all of your lives and permanently die? This is Jake's way of warning you. There is a possibility you permanently lose your character.
Isn't that always a
No.
possibility?
True.
Wait, what happens? What happens if I die in her brain and my soul's stuck there? Considering all
I guess
the,
we'll find out.
so I'm the last person we want to die in there.
No, we'll get someone back. He'll be our new friend.
Say that we are on a scale of 1 to 20, yes? And
Yeah.
let's say, theoretically speaking, we are like midway through. Do we think that maybe we want to return when we're closer to that 20 scale?
Maybe the scale doesn't matter. Maybe it'll scale with us. Who knows?
I don't know. It just sounds really likely that I'm gonna die.
Yes, this
Well-
is very stacked against you, it sounds. Really, it's against all of us, but you more so.
Well, Vistel, it's your mind. You are the one who sealed your mind.
Oh, speaking of, if you wanted to go and proceed with it, I have these for you. He brings out 3 spell scrolls. These are modified versions of the spell Sending. I'm sure at least one of you have it, right?
Yeah?
Sort of.
Okay, so if you have it, if you understand it, then this is a modified version of it. So instead of only 25 words, instead of 25 words, you could only say 5. However, those 5 are 100% guaranteed to reach their destination if the person you're targeting is me, regardless of what plane you're on.
Huh.
You could be literally in the middle of nowhere, on a different plane, lost as hell, and I would be able to get the message. This includes from within her dream realm. So, I was going to use these as a way for you to communicate to me whether you needed assistance or not. You can, of course, attempt a normal sending, but there's a very high likelihood that it might be either blocked by some sort of mental block in her mind, or it could just be blocked because, you don't have access to your own magic. There's 1,000 different reasons it could be different. It's very dangerous.
Yes, it certainly seems like it, and the choice is ultimately best out. Either one.
So are you saying the only way that I can get out and still be alive and well is if I defeat whatever the obstacle is that my brain decides
Yes.
should fall upon us?
Or all 6 of these folk die.
Oh.
If all 6 of them die within your dream, there's a very high likelihood you just wake up.
She's part of the 6.
Sorry,
Yeah,
7.
5.
5. My bad. These 5.
So basically, once we go in there, we're effectively locked in with destroying whatever, I guess, manifests there.
Yes.
Otherwise, I guess, best case scenario outside of that is that we all make it out or have him pull us out. But you obviously die or get lost in your own mind.
Best case scenario is that all 5 of you go inside, defeat whatever it is, and you come out unscathed. She unlocks all of her memories, unlocks all of her whatever is trapped behind that wall, and the rest of you come back unscathed and uninjured.
Okay. Best case scenario.
That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, all of you go into her mind, all of you die, her current personality within dies, and whatever is behind that wall comes over, takes over her mind.
That does sound like the worst case scenario.
Yes. At that point, I will be forced to kill her. Sorry. He kind of looks towards you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that does seem bad. I mean, even if we all come out and then your personality is different, also a loss for us.
It is your choice, whether you want to proceed with this or not. But I will go and brew the potion regardless, so at the very least you have the option. If you're going to be doing it here, I can provide assistance. I can give you some sort of something. I could pull all of you out if you give me a timer. But if you wish to do this on your own, you're trapped in there. There's no way out. Until you complete or you die.
Well, for the last however long we've been traveling together, my whole goal has been to figure out my past. We have a means to do it, but it just seems so selfish. I don't want you guys to take such a big risk just to benefit me and figure out what I've done to myself.
I will say, it's probably the least that I could do after all the trouble I've caused him.
Is the vampire threat, like, big enough that we need to find these answers at such a high risk?
I don't
What-
know if all of you have been keeping up with the information that has been provided by the various different cities around, but there have been more disappearances. And from what I've seen, and I've got really good eyes, it's magic, it's not really good eyes. The Tri-Point, the storm cloud that is over it, is larger than it's supposed to be. Or has been for a while. So, I'll let you make the decision. I'm going to go brew a potion. Goodbye. He walks out of the room. Don't touch my documents!
Wasn't going to
Go put a finger on his document.
do that.
Anyways. Yeah, that's a tough question, isn't it?
And look, we're going to be here for a little bit. We're going to be resting. I don't recommend we do it tonight because that's just seems like asking for trouble.
Well, I wonder what would happen if we did that and then the full moon's tomorrow. Just the science question. I don't want to test it. Just curious.
Yeah, no, please, we're not testing that.
My hypothesis is he just takes over your body and just walks away with it.
Well, I mean, on one hand, I mean, I'm perfectly down to, throw myself in there and, give it the old college try, if you will. Though, I don't know if we want to do that now. I mean, I feel like most of us have other things as well that we, and to some extent, have to continue living to fulfill.
Of course.
I mean, none of us want to die.
I don't want any of you to die, especially potentially solely from my benefit.
My biggest worry is the rest of the memories. Whoever's in there. Like, we don't even know why your memories were locked.
And if that's the case, then we do have another option.
What, going into the other one's mind?
Yes.
Yes, but if you think about it, she wouldn't know anything from the modern day.
No, the thing is, we don't. But she potentially knows more about Vestel and things of that line.
Oh,
For all we know, interacting with that could just as well remove the mental blockage.
Could be. When she woke up, she was disorientated. She might not have recognized Vestel. Or why. Yeah, there was another one.
And there's also the additional benefit of we don't lose out of Vestel if we need to get out of there. And then we still have the option of trying again later if we can find the right materials.
Yes, but there's always the risk of us dying. That risk isn't gone.
I
We
feel
can just
that-
leave.
I feel like that's a risk that we take no matter what we do, whether it's dealing with this or
Not dealing with it, or
walking
traveling
downtown.
traveling with me, traveling anywhere with Artemis.
I just think the risk of venturing to an ancient vampire's mine is a bit different than walking down the street.
Yeah, right, because suddenly being possessed by some weird semi-divine puppeteer isn't threatening.
Well, I
Have
don't
you-
think that this is a competition between who.
No, I'm not
Issues
trying.
are the
I'm
most
not trying to
dangerous.
say it's a competition. I'm just trying to to point out that no matter what, we are in a distinct threat of complete and total death that we can't come back from.
Why don't we focus on whatever's happening tomorrow with Darcy, and we'll come back to this after that.
Well, happening tonight.
Is it tonight? Okay.
It's
well,
tonight.
we should probably.
Not tonight,
Perfect.
tomorrow.
Is it? No? What?
Yes, it is. It's tomorrow. The full moon is tomorrow. You still have a full
Oh,
day.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should. Let's live through that first, and then we'll figure out what to do after that.
Right.
Yeah, if we live.
I imagine that potion's going to hold for at least a while, and if not, we can just put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If anything, if we, like, he's going to make it regardless, we can have it. And I would imagine that it's still something that you would want to at least attempt or try. So, like, if anything, we can always just hold on to it or store it here with him until we want to, and then if we ever want to go through with it, it's always there.
Sounds
Right.
Yep.
What we've done is we've given you the option whenever you feel you want to take it.
good. I like it.
Like, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that my brother's going around and, like, you know, possibly killing people or bringing in things that, like, you know, my oath kind of demands me take care of, I'd be all for just going on in there and, you know, giving it a final hoorah.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. Maybe we gotta finish up some other things first.
We also have the additional issue of, well, we've already broached it a bit, but what are we doing tomorrow night? How are we handling this?
Well, I should
Because-
be in the middle of the city.
Yeah, clearly not. Clearly not.
I guess camp outside of town. I could put you into another circle, but might be
To remember that we're all
Wow.
supposedly connected now too.
Right.
How might it affect us?
Whatever the case is right now, things are fundamentally different.
Well, I would like to go buy some health potions before we do that.
Are they
Right.
going to be special health potions or normal ones?
You know, I'll try my best to find some, Artemis.
Oh boy.
But thousands of miles away from Rinsun.
That's a
maybe you'll
big
find
one.
something else special.
Alright. So, after a little bit, you see Van Bloom kind of come back. And he looks at all of you. It's brewing now. I'll expect it to be finished within the week.
Oh, within
Alright.
a week. Okay.
I don't know. It'll
Oh.
be sometime between 6 days and 7 days.
Okay.
Depends on
um,
checking up on it.
What time then?
How long is the potion going to hold for? Does it have a shelf life?
No, it's forever.
Okay, good.
Oh, so you see, we could just hold on to it, and you know,
Yeah, exactly.
at the end of our adventure, you know, before we all go into retirement, you know, we could just give it the old hoorah.
If you really
Yeah.
wanted to save it until then feel free.
Right,
Yeah.
leave it to us to risk death and potentially unleashing an even greater threat on the world just as we're about to retire.
I just feel like whatever information that might be locked away inside her head might be worth the risk. But I'm also a sucker for knowledge, so that's an entirely decision. It'll be up to all of you. For now, go about the city, rest a bit. I might want to buy some of those dragon pots off of you. Specifically the blood.
Oh, the blood. Well, as long as we have enough for my potion, I guess we don't need the rest of the blood.
We got other stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, by the way, do you know who's the best blacksmith in town? I want to get some stuff made.
Best blacksmith in town?
Is someone who might be able to actually work with the parts that we were able to scavenge off of it.
Oh. Yeah, I do know one, yes. He's one of the folks who provides equipment for the Crowned Expanse, as well as the Plague Shields. So, if you wanted to visit him, I'm sure he'd be able to make some time to provide some equipment. He's probably tired of making generic equipment and would like to work with something more interesting.
Perfect. You tell us where he is?
Yeah.
Maybe a recommendation letter would be proper. Could send a servant to make sure he knows we're coming.
I think as bringing dragon parts.
Yeah, I don't think we need a recommendation there, don't we?
I think you could just mention my name and say that you've got dragon parts for him, and he'll probably drop everything just to attend to you. So...
Well, if you say so.
His name is Aiden, if you wish to go find him.
He's in Melagos, correct?
Yes. And he kind of like gives you a general direction as to where you could go to meet up with him. Or where his workshop is. Alright. So, what are all of you guys deciding to do?
Yeah, could get something made from him.
Shopping.
Darcy's actually going to go start the process of applying for a merchant's license in Malagast.
So,
So you can have an actual storefront potentially.
now the question is... Okay. The question is, do you guys want to... I mean, you obviously can't take your long rest because something's about to happen. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you the day then. So, as you guys are kind of proceeding with your day, let's start with you, since you knew what you were going to do. What are you up to, Mr. Darcy? You said you were going to look for a permanent merchant's license?
Yeah, I was going to apply for one.
Okay. As you attempt to try and get one, the businesses, the business license providers, they essentially say that you need to actually have a storefront or a location of permanent residence within Melagast that you could provide your services or goods out of. As of currently, since you have neither, you will not be able to do so.
Then I don't suppose you could point me towards a property manager? Someone who might be able to help me find one?
You wish to buy property in Melagast? Okay, good luck, buddy. But
I
there's one
suspect
over
as
there.
much.
She kind of indicates towards a guy who's literally sitting in the smallest booth in the same building, and you can see that he's literally playing chess with himself. He can help
Darcy.
you. He's responsible for all the property management. Though to be fair, I don't really know if he does anything. So,
Thank you very much. And Darcy will walk on over to the guy.
you kind of watch a little bit as he's playing dragon chess with himself. You see the various pieces are moving, and he's actually it's not like a pretend game. He's following the rules very closely, but he's just playing as both both white side and black side, and you can see that he's kind of making all these calculations in his head. At the very least, you think so. Give me an insight check. That or he's fucking making it all up. It's like you don't know the rules of Dragon Chess.
Darcy tried playing Dragon Chess. It was not for him.
Yeah. As soon as you approach him, he kind of looks up. Oh. Ooh. Hi.
Hello. I was looking to potentially purchase property here in Melagost.
Oh. Do you have money? Like, do you have a lot of money? Do you have a lot of money? Or, like, are you willing to help expand the city's infrastructure? Or are you perhaps willing to look into one of the cheaper homes, which is available for sale but also extremely dangerous? And we had a recent property which was vacated, but I think the reason it was vacated was because a bunch of corpses were found underneath the property. There is also a brand new and very interesting kind of piece of place. You could go and, like, there's one just outside. He gets quieter and quieter and quieter until the point where you literally just cannot hear his voice. He is still speaking. You can see like air and stuff exhaling out of his mouth, but like he's not making any sound anymore.
I'm looking for something that would do as a storefront, because I was looking to apply for a license, but they said I need property.
Oh, you want to sell stuff?
Indeed, I'm a merchant. I have a letter of introduction from a crafters guild in Ardalon, and here's a sample of my work.
Okay, give me a charisma check with the bonuses that you usually get for your sales. I believe it's a +2 for your stone and then like something else. I can't remember.
Something like that, yeah.
We'll just say +2 for now. Okay, Jesus. He kind of takes a look at the wooden carving. He takes a look at you. Okay, come here. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. And he kind of like puts his face right up against the metal grate that's directly in front of him. Come closer. Closer.
Darcy gets closer.
Yeah. I'm not technically supposed to tell you this, but you could potentially rent out corners in inns. There's a lot of inn owners who are able and willing to sell a little bit of their property to give you a permanent address. The fees will be decent, and it's gonna be cheaper than buying actual property. I didn't tell you, you could try and find an alley that's not been purchased by someone who owns land in the city.
I understand that, but I'm also
buy, like a corner of someone's garden. If anybody is willing to sell to you, there is a new mansion up for sale. Although possession won't be for another couple of months. There's a lot of cleanup and magic that needs to be dispelled. But if that looks interesting to you, I could show you around the property as well. Yeah.
And I'm also the storefront is the primary goal, but I'm also traveling with several individuals, and we would like, rather than having to pay for an inn here in Melagost whenever we come and visit, because we're going to be coming here a lot, we're a potential residence as well, if possible. It's just something that we're able to make use of.
You could rent.
What sort of properties do you have available? Do you have any listings that I might be able to look at?
There is currently 4 listings available. One was the mansion I had mentioned a little bit ago. It's up in the upper echelons, and you realize he's describing
Van Grace's manor.
He's describing Van Grace's manor. There is a possibility that the entire property is soaked with the smell of iron and blood, but that can probably go away if you spend a couple thousand gold on some magical enchantments or dispels. It's a little bit difficult to truly get rid of it because blood tends to soak, and it really soaks in, especially
Yes,
in
I'm
linen. It's really
Right.
hard to get off.
I have unfortunately had to learn such facts firsthand.
There is another property nearby, here in the middle, that was recently vacated. It seems that a variety of, or a large amount of corpses was found in a hidden basement unit, and the spell, as well as the rotting juices, had permeated into the very foundations of the building itself. The land is for sale. It's cheaper if you buy it with the building, actually, because the building.
I suspected.
Well, it's worse. It's worse than the mansion. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to a fixer-upper. How much would that be, out of curiosity?
Well, with all of the taxes, the fees, and the required processing, the documentation, it will be approximately 22,000 gold for the entire property. That is just the land. But if you buy with the building, it is 19,000 gold.
Okay.
Without demolitions. However, it is recommended that you pay for some cleanup. Unless you really like the corpse smell, there's no judgment. Maybe a little judgment.
A judgment would be expected.
Yeah, there's a lot of judgment. I don't like the smell of corpses. They really...
Neither do I.
Gets into your lungs, and you can feel it for days afterwards. It's just the smell of death is... it's very...
Darcy's just nodding along, just sagely, like, yes, finally, I'm talking to someone who understands that.
It's really horrible. If you've been to an embalming or a funeral home, their smells are even worse. Yeah. I used to work in one. They didn't like me, but the corpses did.
So that next listing.
Yes. There's the upper floor of a house that is near the section between the middle and the lower sections of the city. The reason it's for sale is because the occupants had been eaten by something on the interior. The reason we know they've been eaten is because they are completely missing, and there's trails of blood as well as a long, severed finger that we had assumed belonged to the previous tenant. She was an older woman, late 60s, 65s, I think, 70s, somewhere in that range. She was human, so, her blood was very bright red, and it was scattered all across the living room. It was a terrible sight to witness, and, there was also a very large hole in the floor and in the actual foundation, maybe 15 feet across. So, something took her, or, something else down there. Her 3 cats were also missing, and her 1 dog was the reason anyone knew she died.
Has that hole been covered up?
No.
Right. Okay. Now on to lucky number 4.
This one is a small farmstead, just outside of Malagos, just outside of the walls. The reason it's empty is because the previous owner had to actually sell it, as he racked up a lot of debts with gambling. So we have it now it's a property. It's rather small. One room. No, sorry, one bedroom, and then one main room. But it is outside the walls, and though for the most part it is safe, it's very close to the edge of the farms. So you may or may not see or view various dangers. The Northern West is not as dangerous as some other places, but there's definitely some things out there. You know, I once saw a goblin. Both of their eyes had been plucked out, and it was getting eaten by what looked like an owl. That owl was way too big. It was terrifying.
There's some rather large creatures out in the wilderness, yeah.
Yeah.
Until a few months ago, I had never left Ardelon. So it's been a learning experience.
Oh, you too? Yeah. I've only been outside Malakos 6 times, and I think I nearly died 7 times. I'm staying inside now.
Good plan.
This makes me feel safe.
That is a good plan. Well, do you have copies of the listing information that I might be able to look over? I'll need some time to ruminate over it and all that.
Yeah. Give me a few minutes. Yeah.
Of course, thank you.
It'll be 1 gold per copy. Thank you. Then he
Of
walks
course.
back. You see him pop back in after a little bit. You see him provide like the 4 large pieces of kind of paper, and all 4 of them, you know, they have the listings. They give you this detailed information, and honestly, they describe it with like really nice language rather compared to what he described it as, because he was like, oh yeah, there's blood everywhere, but in the actual description it's like it's a little bit of a clean, you know, you might have to do some cleaning, things like that.
Right.
There's the permanent, you know, this was previously on a ancient burial ground that wasn't discovered previously, versus his, yeah, there's a bunch of corpse juice that leaked into the foundations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he provides you the 4, and they're not too bad. Van Grace's mansion is only 330,000 gold. The second property within the middle is, I think I said 19k. Yeah, it was 19k.
Yes, with the building.
22k without the building.
Yeah.
The property that is like the upper floor of like that lady. Oh, sorry, not the upper floor. It was actually the entire building, not the upper floor.
Okay, good.
That one it's okay. It's at 8k. While the farmhouse is
That's actually affordable.
Yeah, while the farmhouse is being sold for 3k.
Yeah, the farmhouse is right out, I think. Yeah, Darcy's just gonna be going over these. He's had the joys of purchasing property before.
You are also aware that if you have decent enough reputation, you could potentially get a loan from the bank.
Yeah. That's probably what's gonna have to happen.
Buy directly from someone else.
Except not many people are willing to just suddenly uproot, and Darcy's not going to be the kind of guy like, hey, sell me your house for, I only have like fucking 3,000 gold over here. Ugh. If I had to guess, how much would it cost to get that hole in the third listing covered up?
Probably a couple hundred to pay a carpenter and, you know, some woodworkers and some like foundational. Like, it's not gonna be an easy cover-up job. It'll probably take a week or 2.
It's
Could be
fine. We're
done.
gonna have to kill whatever. We're gonna have to kill whatever came out of the hole anyway. In which case, we just drop Artemis down there.
Do it. I'll do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll do it just for the job experience. Put me in.
The one with the hole in the ground is a 2-story house, has 2 bedrooms specifically, and a bunch of like miscellaneous rooms. The one that is over top of the old hideout that Vestel had found is that one's like 8 bedrooms and has an entire like full-on storefront.
Oh, pretty good if we get rid of the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what Darcy's going to go talk to Van Bloom about if he has any knowledge as to how to get rid of that horrible, horrible smell.
The farmhouse is literally one room, one bigger room, and then the mansion it's a fucking mansion.
I mean, it's a fucking
massive.
mansion.
Also, you can't afford it, so it doesn't...
No. Yeah, no. So the copy of the copy for the mansion and the farmhouse are right out.
Yeah, the mansion is also there's no mortgages, so you can't pay it off with a fixed term interest.
No. Wait, what would be the mortgage on the old hideout?
There is no mortgage. You pay all of it up front. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just talking about for the mansion.
No. That's for everything. You pay all of
Okay.
it up front. If you don't have the coin, you borrow it from the bank, and the bank charges you interest, which is effectively a mortgage, but it's like, slightly different.
Yeah.
Oh, you need collateral or something.
Well, Darcy, the time has come. You're going to need to hire employees. Shit. Yeah, Darcy's gonna go back to Van Bloom's mansion, ask if he knows anything about getting rid of truly horrible stenches, and if he can help him, apply for a loan in the Bank of Meligost.
While you go to speak with Van Bloom, let's go to the next person. Artemis, what are you up to for the day?
I am going to, because I assume that we just have like the rest of the day, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I will basically just kind of go around and try and find various like magic item shops.
What are you looking for specifically? I don't like that look on your face.
I am primarily looking for either armor or like what's the category called? Like wanderous item.
Okay.
So just kind of whatever, because if I remember correctly, items are pretty expensive in this setting. So I'm just kind of looking around to see,
Your
what
browsing.
might be, what might be possible, at least now or maybe in the short future.
Okay. Give me a roll for armors. What type of armors are you looking for? Light, medium, or heavy?
It would probably be medium.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Because I don't think I get heavy armor. Or I multi-class. So.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't.
You said investigation?
Yes, sir.
You not get heavy armor for multi-classing into paladin?
And usually if it gives heavy armor, you have to start with that class.
Yep.
Yeah, looking at it, I only have medium, up to medium, so yeah. Investigation, I'm so good at this skill.
Unfortunately, as you go around the town, you find one person selling a +1 chainmail, and you find another person selling a +1 breastplate.
That changes nothing. Okay, onward to the wondrous items.
Give me an investigation check.
I mean, you can't just go back to the college store.
Yeah, I was gonna make my way there if I didn't find anything.
To the student store!
Okay. You have a little bit more luck with the wondrous items. You find a shop that seems to be, there to sell a variety of knickknacks, of trinkets and stuff. You don't really see too many people going in and out of it, but like the storefront looks really wacky and interesting. So you're like, oh, let's take a look. Well, why not?
I'd also say during all this, I would have also really quick just bought like a saddle and whatnot for Root.
You will have to get one custom made because there is nothing that fits her.
That's fine. How much will that run me?
That'll cost you 250 gold. Wait, sorry. How much is a normal saddle? Let's go find out.
A saddle. A riding saddle is 10 gold.
Okay, yeah. This would, at the very least, be an exotic saddle, and because of the way the setting operates, it'll be 120 gold. It was originally going to be more, but yeah.
That's fine, I'll do it.
Okay, 120. It'll take 2 days, but you'll have a custom saddle made for Root. But also for those... Actually, no, yeah. It'll take like a few, like an hour or so for the guy to measure all of the requirements for Root. But yeah.
Alright. And then I'll ride over to where I find the wondrous items stores.
You
store,
walk
rather.
into the store, and the first thing you're greeted with is the smell. And it's not a unpleasant smell, but it very much smells like the aftermath of what had happened when Darcy had set that bomb off. Weirdly. And then you glance into the center of the room.
The bomb in the cave, right?
Yep.
And the dragon. Good.
And then you glance into the center of the room and you realize, oh, that's probably why. There was a fireball here approximately 30 seconds ago, as you see a variety of items around you that is currently on fire. Most of them being the furniture. None of them being the items. The items, honestly, all of them, perfectly fine. None of them have caught fire. A lot of them are like crumpled up, or, boots or things that have just like moved around a little bit. But you do find, that standing in the center of it is what appears to be a gnome. She is covered in burns and is trying to put out all of the fires all around her. And kind of looking around the actual store itself, you see that, honestly, it's a relatively small store, maybe like 15 feet by 15 feet, and you realize,
oh dear,
oh, everything is currently on fire. Oh no. But you
I
could
just kind of look around.
You could definitely tell that 99% of the items in here are magical. The few of them that are not magical is 1, her, 2, her clothes, 3, the containers that are holding the magic items, and 4, the floor, which is currently in a very bad way because it's kind of collapsing into what appears to be a building underneath, or like a basement underneath, and you're like, huh. You glance down into what appears to be just like a bog standard basement with a bunch of barrels within it.
You said she's on fire, right?
Yeah, she kind of turns around. Hi, sorry, give me like maybe, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes?
I
might need 7
reach
minutes
down and
for this.
like grab my water canteen and just kind of like uncork it, just
Oh,
pour
that'd
it
be great!
over.
She kind of grabs the water canteen, rips the top off, and just like throws the water into the nearest pile of flames, which does cause the flames to go out, which is good. But which is not good is that she just fucking entirely destroyed your water skin for it.
I just kind of look down at like the spot that she put out, and then kind of look around at like everything else that's on fire, and just like.
Okay, so instead of 8 minutes, it'll be like 7.5 now? Thanks. And she just takes a cloth and starts like beating random shit.
I kind of just look around as I'm just kind of sitting here like, yes. I have no spells for this. I just kind of
Yeah, prestidigitation, snuff out fires at least a little bit.
like a little bitty spot.
Just keep casting. Just keep casting.
I just kind of like look over as like there's a little bit of fire that she missed from wherever she threw my water at. And I was like kind of mutter something under my breath and just put that out and just, kind of occasionally look around and like put out little bitty tidbits of flame. Just
Okay. Yeah. After about six and a half minutes, the two of you managed to successfully put out nearly all of the fire within before she realizes that like her cape, of which she had been wearing, is like 80% of the way burned through, and she's like, oh shit, my cape, oh, I got this from my sister, fuck, and she just like smashes it on the ground, and you can see there's just burnt bits kind of flinging it off, but the fire does go out, and she's like, sorry, I got a new group of ciphers, so I was just, testing some of them out. Some of them were really cool.
Ciphers.
Some of them were really, really cool. They were doing really cool stuff. But they were like one use, and I didn't realize that. So, yeah. Hi, that one cast Fireball.
I just kind of give her like a blank stare, and I'm just. Can I roll a check for what a cipher is?
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check.
Andrew, it's happening again.
Oh, I know.
You don't know what a cipher is.
Yes. Ah, yes, ciphers. Yep.
Oh, you probably don't know what they are. They're like small, miniature, magically enchanted one-use items that essentially allows you to go bop or boop, and something happens. Sometimes it's something really cool, like, a fireball going off at your own feet when it really shouldn't have. And sometimes it's not super cool. Like, a fireball going off at the person that you really like's house for no reason. So, random effects, they're cool, but, if you're a proper spellcaster and you have all the abilities, you can identify them and check what they do.
Oh, I am in heaven right now. Well, I was just, I'll check back on that. I was more just looking around, because, I'm kind of a big deal, me and my friends, we've
Hi,
killed
Mr.
a dragon.
Big deal? Ooh, a dragon! Wow, what was that like? Wait, a real dragon or like a dragon? Or like a dragon?
A dragon, I think.
You have to tell me all about it. Wait, do you have any parts? Can I buy some parts off of you? I want to try and enchant a cipher into one. Wait, what would happen if I get on the blood? One of the fangs! Maybe if I stab myself with one of the fangs, I could just like gain wings or something. That'd be really cool. Sorry, what?
So I don't have that. My companions do.
That is horribly
They are
disappointing. What are you
elsewhere.
here for?
Well, I was more just looking around for just any magic items, as I've come across quite a bit of gold.
Oh, you're a customer! Okay, sure. Yeah,
Yes.
feel free. Look around. There's a few items. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are terrible. Some of them are, well, actually, no. They're all interesting. They're all super cool and interesting. Very interesting. And useful. That's the most important part. They're all very useful.
I see.
She gives you like a really big smile.
I kind of look around. So, what are the price range on, like, everything here?
This one is 15 gold. That one is 55,000.
So, kind of on both ends of the spectrum.
I don't think it's that expensive. I think, I know there's like some of them that go up to a few 100,000. And there's some of them that are just worth coppers. So the range isn't that big.
I kind of like blink a couple times. So, just as I guess a ballpark estimate, I guess my price range here. Do you have anything that is like I could get for about 3,000 or less?
Oh, yeah, there's a few things here. There's this. She kind of pulls a hat off of one of the shelves. Yeah,
What does it do?
this is a hat of guys. Or, sorry, of a hat of disguise. Haha. So
Oh,
if you put it on,
okay.
she kind of puts it on. Let's see, what do I want to look like? Wounded Minotaur. She says that in about 5 seconds passes by before, boom, her entire form shape shifts or kind of changes and morphs around her. And you can see that she's not wearing the hat anymore, but she does look like a wounded Minotaur. Like, this Minotaur is like maybe 6.5 feet tall. It's not too tall, but given that she's a gnome, it's probably expected. But you can see like this large bloody gash on the left side of its torso, and kind of like this cut across its forehead, so it's just slowly bleeding a bit of blood. He's like, see? Super cool! And she takes off the hat and the effect disappears.
That's very impressive.
I mean, it could be like a variety of things too, so if you wanted to buy it, it's not that expensive. It's only like 1,000 gold.
Yes, no, I imagine that would be rather useful in some scenarios.
Yeah.
Do you, by chance, maybe have anything that's a bit more suited for a more warrior-focused individual? I'm kind of, in my group, I'm kind of, the one that just kind of runs in, hit things, and then ask questions after the fact.
I have this. She kind of pulls out a coin, hands it to you. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't be handing it to you. You might take it. So what happens with this? She kind of turns it around and shows both faces. You see one face that has a smiling face, like the drama character, like the smiling. While on the other side, it's the frown. So essentially what this does is that if you flip it, it'll kind of give you a chance for the next minute or so to have either really, really good luck or really, really bad luck. I don't think the bad luck is that bad, so
I see.
This one's only 2,500 gold.
Oh, only 2,500, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I have a few potions.
What do they do?
I have this. So this is a potion of zombies, or zombie oil potion, a zombie potion. I'm not really sure, but essentially what happens is that if you've got a friend that's downed, you can revive them.
Does it bring them back as a zombie?
No. That's just the name.
And when you say revive them, do you mean from death or just, if they're unconscious?
Yes.
How much is it?
This was 700 gold.
700 gold. Yeah. And then those little things that you just mentioned that have random effects. How much are they?
The ciphers?
Yes.
They're 200 gold each.
Okay. And do you know what they do?
No idea.
Okay.
I have 10 of them.
Okay. You said you have they're 200 each?
Yeah, 200 each. 10 of them for a total of 2,000.
Darcy's gonna be so proud of me when he finds out I'm making such wise investments. I'll take 2 of those and the potion of zombies.
You'll take 2 of these ciphers? Okay.
Yes.
And I only have 1 of the potions for the zombie.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so here. She gives you the potion, and you can see that is hovering in the center of the potion of the zombie oil is what appears to be the zombie's finger that is currently still twitching.
Yes, zombie finger soup, just like Mom used to make.
Wow, your mom's kind of fucked up. I would not eat a zombie, but that's just like me. So
I mean, you're not too far off.
Oh, there is also. Oh God, I had one more item. I think there was one more thing. She kind of digs through a bunch of drawers and she just like rips out random pieces of fucking shit, and like, oh here. She kind of takes out a small ring, and as you look at the ring, you realize, that ring is really weird, because it's like a silver ring, for the most part, normal, but on top of it is just the upper torso of a beetle. Like, it's not the full beetle, it's just the upper torso of the beetle. Like, it's literally cut in half and just placed on the ring. I have this. I think this is a ring of crawling faster. It does as it's described. It makes you crawl faster.
You mute.
And how much is that? Just by chance?
This was only 800.
Oh, only 800. Okay.
Yeah. They're
Does it
really
let
good
me, like,
items. They're
crawl-
very high
does it let
quality.
me-
So worth it. You can
Does it
trust
let me
me.
crawl up walls by chance?
Probably.
Or just... Probably, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hold off on that. I'll take the two random things. The
Okay.
ciphers you called them.
Roll me roll me
Um,
2d10. Individually, please.
Uh oh.
Jake, you know me so well.
A 2.
I hit enter. I think I did. There we go.
Okay. She hands you what appears to be like a small piece of gold. And then on the second one is what appears to be a small piece of amethyst. And you can see in the center of the amethyst is what appears to be like a golden drop. Yeah, so to activate either of these, you just smash them on the ground. Just be very careful, because if you smash it on the ground, the effect might take place on the ground underneath you. So you might have to throw it at someone. But also, it might be a beneficial effect to that someone. But also, you can probably pay someone to figure out what these are and what they do. So they're less random.
Yes, I'll, you see, I have a thing for figuring these things out in the field, you know?
Oh, yeah, me too.
I
really
can
like
tell. You nearly burned your
Well,
facility
you
down.
know,
Here. It was...
accidents happen.
No, it's fine. It sold me already. I knew I was gonna leave with something, regardless.
Yeah. I like you. I mean, you're willing to buy
And-
stuff even after you saw my entire shop on fire? Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
It builds character. And
Oh,
then
just a little bit.
just
but,
so I
yeah.
know, so you would like the dragon parts? How much would you be willing to pay for those?
Oh, a lot. Like at least
A lot.
200 gold for every single piece that you give me.
Okay. I'll see, because I know we had to give some as part of the
Though-
contract,
The smaller parts I will pay less for.
naturally.
And the bigger parts I might pay more for. And the more
Well, I'm
valuable
sure that we
part I
have-
might be able to pay even more for. Maybe.
I'm sure that we have
Or maybe just one
plenty
piece.
left.
Maybe I only want one piece. Can I buy a tooth?
Assuming that we have some, I'll run it by.
You have
We
no
literally
tooth.
have- We
You know
literally
you
have
have
no
no
teeth.
teeth.
They were all.
we
in the
don't-
skull.
Everything was on the skull.
So we don't have any other parts.
You have like.
We
you
have other
claws.
parts. We just don't have teeth.
Yeah, you have like claws. You have bones. You have.
I
like,
think we
leather.
mostly have
Nails.
claws and other bones. But
Oh,
regardless,
can I get, like, a
I will
small
see.
claw?
Yes, I will see. I need to
Great.
speak with
I'll
him.
pay 150 gold for a small claw. Claw. No, I don't think it's present anymore. Last week there was a cipher that I used that turned me into a crow. It was really cool.
I got turned into a clown once.
Oh, I would have eaten
Yes.
you. That would have been really bad.
I think I would have just reverted back. At least I hope I would have. If not,
Oh god.
suppose that would have been the
What
end
if
of
you
my
reverted
journey.
back in my stomach. Wait,
Well,
does a clam is the exterior of a clam the same as the interior of a clam? Like, is that still part of your body?
you're asking questions that are far beyond my comprehension and my intelligence level here.
I think I have to
But
go find
regardless, I will take these. I take the two ciphers that she got, and then the potion. I'll put them in my bag. Give her the gold and whatnot, or in this case the dwarven gold, and in this But yeah, so I will go back to my companions, discuss with them, and I don't know, maybe tomorrow or sometime within the week, we will perhaps return and do more business with you.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. I don't know where I'll be. Maybe I'll be here? I should probably be here. I mean, if I want business, I'll probably be here. I'll be here. Will I be
Yes,
here?
it might be
I'll
best
here.
to at least remain here for the next 48 hours or so.
48 hours?
Just because it's my only point of reference.
Oh god, that's a long time. That's like so long. I don't know if I can stay still for that long. Oh god, I'm already getting impatient. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. Wait, this is my story. You get out first.
Yes, farewell for now. Thank you for the items.
Okay, yeah. Shoo. She kind of like pushes you out. She's just pushing against the back of your thighs and just kind of like shoves you out of the store. She closes the store's door and just like runs away. She didn't lock it.
What a charming individual. But yeah, no, I'll go after that.
Right?
And how are these things spelled? You said ciphers.
Cypher.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. And then I will return to wherever we are staying.
Okay, so you go back to Van Bloom's place.
Yeah, we're kind of just crashing there
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
until he tells us to get the fuck out.
But yeah, as you kind of hang about, you go back. Lyra, what are you up to?
Well, nothing as interesting as the previous encounter. You know, there's two charming individuals conversing. I just want to just go shopping for some plain old, normal healing potions. Want to get rid of this stupid. What's it called? I have skill mail in my inventory for some reason. I need to dump that, so I
Sure.
need to sell that.
Yep. So anything that you're selling, you could sell for about half of the price that's actually worth on the sheet. So you could just do that normally.
I would also
Okay.
like to look for health potions, so I might come with you.
Okay, we're both looking together.
Okay. As both of you are looking for health potions, give me an investigation check. Either one from both of you. Actually, just one from both of you.
Oh,
Privately. That's crazy.
Lyra?
Oh, I thought she was just rolling for both of us.
No. One from each of you. Well, the two of you find a place that does sell health potions. Although it's just a general store and they only have 3.
how much are they?
They're selling for 55 gold each.
Each? Okay.
And there's a total of 3.
Any chance we can get these for less?
You could certainly try. Would one of you like to use a persuasion or say some kind words to the shop owner? Who appears to be like a...
That's so
Okay.
much money.
Yeah, but
Didn't you about 165?
yeah, but if we can save money,
Oh man.
Shopkeep is just earning
I'm
his
out here
living.
looking to buy a fucking house. You guys are trying to skimp on healing potions.
we found
well,
we
we need
found the
money to
next
buy
of
the
our group.
house, right?
This is Boomer Bestow. Prices have changed in the past 1,000 years. Like, this is too damn expensive.
I have one memory, and it's of healing potions being half the price of these when I was younger.
You see the
Oh.
man just kind of looks at you. Yeah, well, I'm trying to make a living, so, you know. Back when you were around, I don't know how old you are, lady, but you don't look that old, so it's like, how old could you have been? 10 years ago? Like 10 years ago? Even 10 years ago, they were about the same price. So I'm just saying. You know.
I am an elf. Actually, I'm
Oh,
probably
sorry, I didn't see the
probably
sharp
older.
ears. Oh, you still look like you're a pretty young elf. What, 400, 500 maybe? A few hundred years. What does that do to anybody, really? Prices stay the same.
okay. Yeah, whatever. I'll pay him full price.
But yeah, it's 55 gold each, and he has 3 of them available.
Mm-hmm. And I'll also sell my old breastplate, I guess, if
Sure.
I don't think anyone else wants that.
That's up to the rest of the party.
No, I'm good.
Are you getting anything, Lyra? Anything else?
Any other kind of potions?
From him? No. Are you could try and look again, because technically there's different.
Yeah. Gonna look for something. Hopefully not too shady, but we'll see. I'm just
Okay.
perusing the wares.
Go for it. Give me an investigation check. Did you want to assist, Vistel?
Sure.
You can
Roll
also
again,
roll
or-
if you'd like.
Okay. I'm doing one better.
Okay. So the two of you are kind of looking around for interesting or unique potions. You do find what appears to be an alchemist. Kind of just walking into her store, she looks up at the two of you. Strangers, what are you looking for?
Potions. What kind of potions would you have for sale?
What kind of potions are you looking for? Healing? Or something else?
We're adventurers. We find ourselves in a lot of fights. Anything that could help that, maybe.
Surprise us.
This
Give
one
us
Yeah, we
something
like-
that could help us.
She kind of pulls out what appears to be a dark blue potion. Like the entire interior of it is just dark blue. This will help you greatly. It will increase your resistances against lightning, but also cause lightning to spark out of you.
No, that could be handy. How much for this potion?
350 gold.
And you said it causes lightning to spark out of you. Is that like a good effect or like a harmful effect?
It will hurt everyone around you.
But not yourself.
No.
Well, I guess, okay. Is that the only other potion you got?
It's the only one that was referenced specifically for combat. If you
What
like
does that
something
do?
different, I can give you this. She pulls out like a dark green potion. It turns you into a tree.
A tree?
Yes.
Great.
a
How much
tree.
is it?
This one is 300 gold.
So, like, is it like an illusion or are you actually gonna turn into a tree?
That is up to your interpretation.
Or is it like authentic enough to like fool even like the most discerning of eyes that this is a real tree and not someone who drank the potion?
So long as you're not too out of place, I would think so, yeah.
I can surprisingly see a use for this.
I kind of want it.
If we purchased both potions, do you think you can give us a bundle discount?
Give me a persuasion check. No.
Understandable.
Your adventures, you can afford it.
What if, would you, be willing to lower the price if I brought you back anything that you might need?
I don't
Seeing
care
as
for
you're an
things.
alchemist.
I am an alchemist, but I can buy and procure my own materials.
Even rare materials?
And how do I have any trust that you would actually bring me back their materials?
Well, we can sign a contract. Officially binding. We are acquainted with the Lord of Melgost after all.
Somewhere in the distance, Darcy has a shiver of bullshit occurring.
Oh
Very
no,
well.
not again.
Why do we need to set it? Why can't we just like bring some stuff? I'll just pull Lyra aside and say, why would you just bring so we don't have to sign any contracts? I don't
Pay for it.
Well, I mean, we don't even know what the contract would be. You know, if it's super easy to procure, why not?
All you have to do is sign here. She pulls out like a blank piece of paper and puts it in front of you. And I will sign on this end. She signs her name.
Well, I would like to know the terms before signing, obviously.
There is no terms. You are to bring me something. That is it.
I need to know what that something is before I sign, right?
I don't know what I want yet.
What if the discount's like 2 gold? It's not gonna even matter.
I will give
How
both
much-
of them for free.
Ooh. That's a lot of money saved, right, Vistel?
What depends what she wants.
I'm sure it can't be that bad. What would be the time frame for us to acquire these items for you?
Less than 10 years.
That's doable. That's doable.
I don't want to sign. I don't want to sign.
Oh, you don't have to, but your friend can. Just one is good enough. I will check you on your word, yeah?
Lyra, last time we signed a contract with someone, 2 of us died.
It's just a lovely alchemist. She's just a normal person. You know, it's not gonna be too bad.
How much money do you have on your person right now?
Probably close to 2,200 gold. Hey, but money saved.
How much are both of these potions again, Jake? Sorry, I know one of them is 300.
One of them is 300. I think the other one I said was 250 or 350. I can't remember.
Just buy them, please.
No, wait, you can't influence.
I
Or
know.
just-
I'm just stating my opinion of what I would do if I was there. They can ignore me as they wish.
We're in character. What would she do? What would Lyra do in character? Don't make the rational decision as Surya. Make Lyra's decision as a character.
Are you saying that Lyra's decision is not rational?
Does she have below average intelligence?
I think
She's
this is a wisdom kind of check, not an intelligence kind of check.
She have below average wisdom? I don't know.
Let's see. Lyra's wisdom is not bad. Her intelligence is lower.
Oh.
So ultimately, it's up to you. You decide.
Oh, maybe I'll consider the terms when I return. I don't think I can commit right now. I have a lot on my plate, unfortunately. You know, don't want to
And-
bite off too much that I can't chew, right?
Okay, then just pay for it with coin.
Which one do you want, Vistel?
You sounded more interested in the tree one.
I know it would be useful, I just don't know when we would use it.
All
It could
this
be
for a
now,
potion.
could be in 50 years, who knows?
All this for a potion to turn into a
Oh, we have the dragon components, right? We have like the eyeball and tongue and stuff.
I don't think you have it. I think Darcy has it.
I think it's in the Colding.
But then we have Van Bloom as our like kind of personal alchemist anyways. We don't need to hire
We can go and ask Van Bloom if he can make a potion that can turn us into a tree, and if he can't, then we'll come back.
Yeah, wait.
Lord Van
what are we
Bloom's
do-
potions aren't as good as mine. I can promise you that.
But we don't
do you,
know that.
do you have proof? Do you have something that could
She just holds up both potions. The proof is in the make.
and what about the make sets it apart from Lord Van Bloom's?
Oh, I do not have the patience to argue with you. Get out of my store.
Wait, I'm a big fan of potions. I'll take the lightning one.
She hands it to you. 400 gold.
Okay, never mind.
Christ alive!
She shrugs and just puts both away. Shoo.
This was more exhausting than listening to the real estate manager.
Well,
Okay, Lara, Van Bloom will hook us up.
Well, I'll look forward to coming by here again. Maybe this time you might be feeling a little bit more generous. Maybe I can offer you something a bit more in return as well.
She pulls up the contract and kind of slides it towards you. Is this contract gold, or you get the hell out?
Yeah, I'm
turned
leaving.
and
I'm
left.
leaving. Don't worry. It's just out the door. It's like a smile and wave at her.
She just
After-
glares at you the entire time.
No, it was worth a shot, right? Still, it's a tough time out there. You gotta save as much gold as you can.
Yeah, but then the day's gonna come when we really need to be a tree, and we're gonna regret it so much.
I'm sure we'll be fine. We can find some other way.
You glance back and you kind of look at the sign that's hung up outside the door, and you realize it says "The Devil's Take."
Does that mean anything to us?
Give me a nature check. Or Arcana.
God,
They were both bad.
I love the fact.
Both of you immediately realize, oh shit, that was probably a devil woman on the inside. A literal devil woman.
A contract. Bring her something later on. I wonder what it could be.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't sign that contract. It's a good thing 2 people died when we signed the last contract, so that we know not to sign more contracts.
Well, if you guys had signed this contract, someone would have been forced to take a warlock level.
Hey, you could have gotten the essence of a devil though, so hey, that's cool.
Oh, you're right!
You muted, Rob.
There we go.
God,
It's right there in this shop, in this
right
fucking
there.
town.
You know what you could do. Turn around and take the contract.
I look at Bestelle, realizing
Solve
that when
all of Beirut's problems.
What if we
Yeah.
do it right now?
Hook a brother up.
but I'm not saying
It's time to take one for the team.
I don't want some snobby devil to be my patron. Maybe we can get Darcy to come back in here and sign it. No, you can have 2 patrons duking it out in his brain instead of just
I'd
having
love
the
to
one.
see that.
It might be entertaining, actually.
Is there anything
I get
else
the
you-
distinct impression that the devil would immediately burst into radiant flames.
Hey, then that take care of the devil's problem.
Well, anyways, we'll tell Veyrun that it's here and see what he wants to do about that. Is there anything else that you want to do the rest of the day?
Not well. Is there like a hunt board or something that I can look at more jobs?
Oh man.
Yeah. There's a few smaller jobs within the actual city itself. So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to actively go out and bring the party with you to go on a hunt to find more money? Or are you trying to find small jobs that'll pay a small amount of money as something to do?
It's like the jobs are like we go out as a party, but like not like we're contractually obligated to go and complete it. It's like more like, oh, like we have this problem that's reported in this area. You kill it, bring back proof, and you get money or something like that.
There's a few.
True isekai.
True isekai. There's a few on the actual board itself as you're kind of looking through it. The majority of them are kind of just like small labels, people kind of posting things on the bulletin board to try and either contact someone to find something or be like, offering small rewards for small things. You see an ad on there for a carpenter who's willing to do work for cheap. You see like a shoe shiner who's like, I'll shine your shoes so much you'll see the reflection of the years ahead of you within your shoe. But you also find a few interesting contracts. One specifically pinpoints to the location near the Tri-Point. In the northeastern part of it, near Tandem, in the Tri-Point Woods, there's been reports of a Hydra that has been sighted in the area.
Oh, lovely.
The contract is essentially if you bring back... It is posted by specifically the Plague Shields. You see that if you bring back just information on it, you'll be given 10 gold. Once proof of that information can be found. If you bring back the actual death and the parts of the actual Hydra, or like a confirmation of death, then the actual money you get is 5,000 gold.
Interesting.
There is also
He's
another
a
one.
vampire. He's a vampire Hydra.
Ooh. There is also another
It is
one.
now.
There's another one of reports of some sort of massive boar that has been wreaking havoc in the areas of the northern Lest. Just in the middle of the fields and kind of harassing travelers, killing and eating entire full caravans, leaving only the inorganic matter alone. The tales are terrifying, and it's stated that this creature is extremely dangerous and that you should not approach it alone or even with a mercenary company. The reward for bringing it back dead is 10,000 gold. The reward for bringing it back alive is 40,000 gold.
Ooh.
I believe in the abilities of our little group we got here. It's just a boar, it can't be that bad. Is Vestal with me right now?
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
What do you think about these?
Can
Get
I don't know if it's this right kind of monster, but could I see if I know anything about this boar?
Both of you can give me a history check.
Or either of the two things, I guess. Well, look at us.
Smart.
You have no idea. Something that's capable of eating clean an entire caravan full of like organic matter. Whoa, that sounds terrifying. One. And two, this is not a normal boar. That very much you can figure out. With your monster hunting expertise, you're like, okay, what the fuck is this? Because it's not a normal boar. It might resemble a boar, sure, but no. Vestal, you've hunted monsters as well, and though you've never encountered anything like this, you can definitely tell that it's one, not a normal boar, and two, highly likely that it's either one, something disguising itself as a boar, or two, something that is very much, that does naturally look like a boar, but is something horrendously different and dangerous. This contract and the amount of money that it's worth, both Lyra and Vestal would know that the Plague Shields probably only post something like this if they're fucking terrified of trying to handle it and are putting it up as a means for maybe someone can fucking get rid of it because they know they can't.
I think we might have more pressing matters to be on this, Lyra. But if we ever need money, we can keep it in mind.
Well, I mean, if we cross through the northern list, and we're probably gonna go to the Tri-Point area at some point, you know. So I'll probably be on the lookout for these things.
Where is that on the map?
The northern Lest, it's right outside of Melagast. Here.
Oh,
On our way back to Greenspire,
Hey, if you so wish.
or maybe make a stop at Filden.
Yeah, that place is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
We should go back and visit sometime. This is a nice, like, vacation or something, you know?
Okay.
You still have, like, a bit of the day left that I could do stuff?
Mhm.
I'll do it quick, because I know other people need to do stuff.
Sure.
Forgive me if this is, like, a Baldur's Gate thing, but there's, like, things you can put on your weapon to make them a little better, you know?
Right.
Could I find something like that here?
So, what expressly do you think you're trying? Like, what are you trying to do?
Well, in the game, they're like oils. I'm just trying to find some kind of, like,
Like
Coding.
poisons and stuff.
I don't know about poisons, but is there anything like I want to enchant my weapon, but I don't want to spend all that time right now to do it. Is there anything that could make my weapon temporarily better?
Aren't
Yeah,
there temporary enchantments?
Yeah.
You want to pull a Dark Souls and run your blade against something and cause it to spark a
Spark it.
fire.
Yeah. Technically, yeah, you could. Give me an investigation check. Unfortunately, you are not successful in finding anything like that. But you
That
know
sucks.
they exist.
Okay. I can't find anything. Last thing I want to do is go to my favorite place in the world, the library, and I want to see if I can find any information about, I guess, just celestial stuff that might prepare us for tomorrow. I don't know. Like, we know, like, I don't know how much we already found out about the doll, but, like, stuff like,
I think we found out enough that of what we could have found out already.
But not at that library. It's a different library.
True,
it's true.
You can certainly try. Give me an investigation check.
Hey, Lyra, you want to come with me?
Sure. That sounds interesting.
Okay, we can both look together. Right? We can.
Lyra, unfortunately, you don't really find much. There's bits and pieces of information here and there, but one thing, Vestel, you unfortunately don't find out very much about the Celestials either. You know that from the list of gods that there exists, the majority of the Cenary pantheon exists within somewhere on either the material plane or the ethereal plane or the spiritual plane. You just don't know where. But they're very much present, and they kind of hover around the entire plane and have various bits of influence everywhere. So there's a very high likelihood that if they wanted to, they could just step into the material and do a bunch of random shit and step out. But they don't. And you're not entirely sure why.
Okay.
Other than that, unfortunately, you don't find out much more about Darcy's doll.
Is this is the same city that he bought, or not bought, but borrowed the book about that he found the doll in, that it burned, right?
Yes.
Did they have a wanted poster on it to never borrow books to this guy again?
Yes. So the library, as you walk in, you do see like Darcy's face pasted on the front. He's like, "Do not let this man into the library."
You can come back.
Happened. How many posters are there?
Just one.
Can I take it down?
Not without the person sitting beside it seeing you.
Okay, never mind then. I guess my day is done.
Fair enough.
Nice try, nice try.
I can distract them while you pull it down.
If you wanted to, the library is relatively quiet.
Do we care that much, though? You know, I don't want three of us to get banned.
Be sneaky.
Half the party banned but to a library.
Ugh, I really want to, but I don't think we should. But I'm also not going to stop you if you just go up there and, you know, open up an opportunity.
Well, I walk up to the person.
Okay.
What are
You see,
they
like,
doing?
It's a middle-aged man. He's currently in the midst of what appears to be like reading a small novel. He looks up, and you can see that he's like wearing an eye patch on his left eye, and he kind of blinks a second, Yeah. What's up?
I'm looking for any books on hydras and
If you're looking
large
for books, you're in the right
spores.
place, eh?
Yeah, that's. I thought I was in the right place, but I still have difficulty finding specific books on these. Do you think you can show me where they are?
Do you know how to read?
Maybe I can read some of the smaller words.
Yeah, look over there. Every chef is labeled there.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I like the labels still confuse me. Can you like come over and show me directly where they are?
Give me a deception check.
Right, where is deception?
All this to get him unbanned from the library.
Yeah.
He looks at you. Yeah, I don't care about you, Tim. I care about mine. I'm reading my book. Yeah? So go. Look around. I'm sure you'll find it,
Okay.
yeah? He continues reading his book.
Ask him what he's reading.
What do you happen to be reading at this current moment?
I'm reading Smut.
Smut?
Yeah.
What is
It's people
what is
fucking.
smut? What is? Are they like fucking killing something or like?
No. This man's fucking this woman.
He's
He kind of like
fucking
turns
up
the book
real
around.
good.
He kind of turns the book around, and you realize it's not like a reading book. It's a picture book. There is a very explicit image in front of you.
Can I like instinctively just punch him in the face?
Yeah, roll an
Oh
attack.
man. Is it a surprise because he's not expecting it?
No, of course he's not expecting it.
What are you doing?
Let's go. Roll with advantage.
10 hits. 22 definitely hits.
It's a fucking commoner.
You punch him in the face and he just goes unconscious immediately. And
What
you can
is
see
it?
like there's
Yeah,
a
'cause he-
large streak of blood coming out the side of his head.
Why
You do
did
what,
you
6
do
damage?
that? That
You
wasn't
do
part
6
of
damage.
He showed me some obscene things. I don't know what to do. It was a reaction.
Has Lyra not had the talk?
It was disgusting.
Oh my god, what'd you do? You see like a short halfling woman kind of like run up. Oh my
He
god!
showed me the
Guards!
obscene
Guards!
obscenity.
And she
Oh
kind
my
of runs
lord.
out of the actual store. Or sorry, out
Oh,
of the library.
No. Okay, I just grab Lyra by the collar or whatever and drag her out of there.
You don't
Okay.
even tear down the picture.
You know, we
Okay,
turned
well, I
out
mean,
the-
if people are distracted.
They are distracted.
Okay, I'm gonna do
But
it.
they're also probably staring at you as you leave.
My hand,
That's why they're distracted.
his hand slipped, my hand slipped on the taking down the picture.
Okay. Yeah. Your two hands slip and just take down the picture.
Yeah, do I have to roll for it?
No, you don't have to roll, but you do have to roll to see if you get away from the guards. Give me a stealth check, both of you.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Man.
You went out to buy potions and go to the library, and you almost signed your souls away to a devil, and now you're being chased by guards.
Oh, that's part of that. This is all to get Darcy's face off of the like band thing, and now
Yeah.
there's gonna be 2 more faces replacing that one. This is the worst. This is the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Quite possibly even ever.
Well, luckily you successfully get away from the guards.
Christ.
And luckily, I need to roll some death saves.
What?
Because
mean,
you punched
you never-
punched a commoner with 12 damage.
And he never
No, it was
declared.
like 6.
Well, it's not 12 damage. It should be like an unarmed attack.
Well, yeah, because it's 1 plus your strength, which is 5, right?
Yeah, so it's 6.
So it's 6 damage.
But you never declared if it was a non-lethal or not.
Non-lethal, yeah, you're just-
I assumed it was.
Like,
I assumed it's just a non-lethal.
It was an instinctive punch. I don't think that's non-lethal.
Okay.
Um,
He has more than
when
6
someone
inches.
is panicking, the fight reflex is deadly.
Hey man,
Especially
just
on the
reading some
barbarian.
hardcore stuff. I don't know. They're doing some unholy things in there.
I guess, well,
Are you a woman of the
Learn.
cloth? I didn't know that.
I guess we'll learn within the next few days whether or not a man has been murdered in a library.
Can you fucking imagine?
Oh god.
Man, your downtime has been so
You know-
explosive in multiple directions.
This is day one.
Jake.
You have 7
Hey,
days.
Hey, Jake.
If you're taking
does
a long
this-
rest.
I think we found something worse than the Trent situation.
No, this is not worse than the Fred situation.
I would argue otherwise. The Trent situation is still bad. I'm not trying to undercut the tragedy of the Trent situation. However,
You know, we always say that Lyra's the
murdering a
normal-
man to potentially replace him in a place that we're trying to infiltrate is one thing. Murdering a man over panicking over porn, that's something else.
Andy, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, you know, we always say Lyra's the normal one and that the rest of us are all fucked up, but at least, like, we all haven't, you know, just murked some random worker at a public facility.
Oh god. Oh god.
Well, at least it's fulfilling the trend of a player character accidentally murking some random commoner in your games.
Yeah.
Last game it was me, this game it's you, I guess. You know.
A few games before that, it was me.
Keep that in mind, Jake.
I'm glad
Out
to
of
be
all of
part
your
of such a
players, out of all of your
glad-
remedial players, I haven't done anything like that yet.
Oh god.
I'm glad to be part of such a prestigious group.
I'm sorry, I'm fucking dying.
Is he
Andy?
dying?
Andy,
Well, not
Surya-
anymore.
No, until tomorrow.
Andy, Surya, should we prepare complimentary shirts?
Oh Jesus.
Or have you been like sheltered your entire? How old are you?
I am. Fuck, let me have to pull up my. Go to my documents, my D&D folder.
I think she's like 23 or 24, right?
It's mid 20s. Let's just say mid 20s.
All of your mid-20 years of your life.
Well, I mean, I grew up with the Greys, so we don't exactly, you know, learn about monsters. We learn about fighting. We learn about all sorts of stuff that's not what that man was reading.
The Catholic school.
It's a Catholic boarding school is what it is. It's not even just a Catholic school. It's a Catholic boarding school.
Oh god.
You know, like normally we don't even play with, like, you know, we aren't supposed to even talk to the boys. You know, they separated us.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, what? How are you supposed to fight with your fellow Greys if they're like, alright, gender separation, please?
In the Greys, they treated everyone equally. They just didn't see gender. That's a lot of the point of the Greys.
Lyra's group of friends, they didn't interact with the boys at all.
Yeah, the boys were icky.
He's a part of the old guard one or facility that like still practice segregation to an extent.
Good lord.
Which begs the question, why was she so fine when we all joined up as a party?
Because she couldn't see in the dark.
Ah, you're right. Now that she's got those goggles, we're splitting up.
This is Lyra and Mistel on their own world of adventure.
Brawn over brains.
Oh god.
No boys allowed.
Yeah, that's why we're going shopping together.
Yeah, you know what I think we should do? We should go get our hair done.
Yes. Before we inevitably ruin it when we go out again. But
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you had your hair done? Probably the ball, which is no, long enough ago that
Really, not that long ago.
It's like
Let's
a
go
week.
do that, and then you know what, we'll go do
Two.
that, and we'll meet up with other people and hope for the best.
that sounds like a plan, bestie.
Oh man!
Oh boy. Okay.
Congratulations on your promotion, Visnell.
Nice.
So wait until you get promoted to Pookie.
I think you've killed Emily.
There's a new ship in town.
Oh my god, bro.
I think you've actually killed Emily. I don't think she's coming back from this.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Let's go.
Oh my god, dude.
Jeez.
Oh, thank fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah.
How do you like
Jake,
being
you
friends with
okay?
just the top of a head?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm good. I've been fucking
You
crying.
sure?
I've been crying for the last like 20 minutes.
It hasn't even been happening that long. What the fuck?
I'm just glad that my headset doesn't pick up me snorting all the time.
I've been laughing since the fucking devil's take.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Truly,
that's
this has
right.
been an up and down scenario for this past this day for you two. My god. Gonna sign a contract with the devil. Hey, it didn't work. Beat a guy up, possibly murdered him at the library, and then Vistel got promoted to best friend.
I'm just sitting over here wondering how you did something more overly chaotic than anything Artemis did.
Meanwhile, the boys are back at
Oh, God.
the room, just like Artemis dealing out cards. Like, all right, boys, sixes or aces this one.
What's the pot? 10 gold? Alright, 10 gold.
Yep.
We come back in. We've got perms and everything. Faerun, guess
Oh,
what?
Oh
We have
god.
great news.
Oh, why?
We sold ourselves to the devil for beautiful hair.
And Darcy's no longer banned at the library.
We don't know that.
Trade off.
They might have literally just looked at the wall and been like, "Oh, that poster fell down. Let's make a new one."
Yeah.
I think they get their hair done, they go spa day, whatever, and then they go heavy drinking, they come back plastered.
Oh lord, Jesus.
There's two very drunk, very permed hair girls that show up at that Blues match really late in the night.
I haven't seen hair like that since my sister went through a phase.
Oh god.
Lyra's about to throw up, but thankfully she doesn't.
Look, if we're gonna go in my brain and I'm gonna die soon, I always look pretty doing it.
I know, right? We barely get any chance to look after ourselves. Fuck the world. We gotta. Sometimes we just gotta do stuff for ourselves.
Fuck the world, let's get a bird.
Hey.
You're so right, girl. We were done.
Christ,
That's a brutal rejection right there. You called her bestie, she just called you girl.
Okay,
Damn.
Lyra just looks at her shocked. I thought we were besties. What happened?
oh, of course we are. I'm sorry. Always.
You mean it? Are we
It's like
actually
you're
not
just-
besties?
No,
You just
I didn't.
stepped on a golden retriever.
No.
tail.
No,
You're my
I-
first bestie.
I didn't mean it. Of course, we're always gonna be besties.
There's no escape now, Vestel. There's not a single chance of escape. When the Grey Wardens have their prey in sight, they don't let it run.
I think we just
Oh,
hug
man.
and like hysterically cry for the rest of the night.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing that in the garden. Darcy, you kind of come outside to check what the commotion is, and you see that Van Bloom is currently conversing with a guard. What would you like to do? You see two girls who are sitting in the middle of a garden crying over one another. Van Bloom currently conversing with a guard, like, a little bit behind them.
I don't know if I want to know what's happened here. Darcy will walk closer and try to overhear Van Bloom's conversation with the guard to try and grasp what the fuck is happening, while he's trying to figure out how to talk to Van Bloom about helping him with a fucking bank loan.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Well,
Honestly, it's not that hard. Yeah, I'll say you catch bits and pieces of it. You hear from Van Bloom, I'm sorry, they didn't what? And then a little bit of
Oh
it
no, what's
cuts
Artemis-
out.
oh no, what's Artemis done now?
Okay. So you're saying, oh, they're all okay. No, that's fair. It's... Send my condolences to the family.
What happened?
Oh, hi Darcy. Well, your two friends over there. He kind of points in the general direction of the two crying girls. He's like, well, specifically Lyra punched a librarian. He died of a brain hemorrhage shortly after.
Darcy just looks fucking awestruck.
And because of that, all of you are now banned from the library.
You were supposed to punch her.
And Darcy just looks.
That's all I could
over-
do to prevent charges from being filed against her.
Right. Thank you. Why were you the first one to do something like this?
I'll leave this
I
up
expect-
to you to handle.
I
He kind of turns around, and you can see he just teleports away.
Has the guard walked away?
Yeah, the guard's already gone. Like he turned around to face you, and at that point, the guard turned around and left. Like you can still see him, but like he's maybe like 30 feet away.
How were you the first one that this happened with?
And Lyra just looks up.
Varus, Artemis, me. How are you the first one that this happened to?
We were trying to help you.
Lyra just gets up and just tries to like.
I don't know anyone that needs to be punched right now.
And Lyra's just a sobbing mess. She just gets up and just hugs Darcy and just like gets snot all over him while like sobbing. It's
What
like,
is happening
he
right now?
showed me some obscene pictures. It was a reaction. I promise. I didn't know he would pass away. And then she kind of uses a bit of his shirt to blow her nose.
I understand. You were startled. However, in the future, do not punch random civilians. Please.
Even if they show you some cursed pictures, like
Define cursed.
there was a man, there was another another man, there was a dragon. I don't want to think about it. It's
If Darcy just
driving-
looks over at Vestel, like, What is she talking about?
She's
Lyra's very innocent, and she had her mind shattered.
The look of befuddlement and confusion just continues to grow.
She's just an inconsolable mess, just sobbing all over Darcy's clothes.
This is only number. We haven't even got through the whole party. This is just number 3 and 4.
Yeah!
So 2 more people to go through.
I think this might be it for us.
Oh my god.
Right. So, Vestel, since this happened under your watch, it is your job to handle this. Good luck. And Darcy will literally just dimension door away.
No, Darcy, come back.
Okay, got you, bestie.
You knew you would be here for
Darcy
me.
just takes a page out of Van Bloom's book.
Meanwhile, in the back room with me, Varun, and Varus were like, so never have I ever accidentally killed someone?
Fire strength. we all knew this is part of his backstory. How dare you ask a question?
Oh.
That felt targeted.
Well, don't worry, Artemis will drink too.
That's the rule of the game.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Okay. Let's rewind a couple of hours and go to someone else because Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Oh, Forrest, what have you been up to?
Oh man, that's a good question. Varus is still pretty angry, so he's just looking for something to blow off steam to, I suppose. Would be
So
Yeah,
my
just don't do
joke
it on
of
a
saying
civilian.
burning down an orphanage isn't far off.
So,
He's just looking for anything, really.
okay. Give me a perception check.
Aye, Chiefo.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's a 15.
Okay. You see what appears to be, like, a small, purse thief along your walk as you're kind of walking back through some of the side alleys. You see a man kind of grab what appears to be the coin pouch of a few people, and then before he starts bolting, because he's pretty sure he got noticed. And you see, like, 2 of the women and one of the men, like, try and chase him, but he's really fast.
Oh yeah, fuck it, absolutely. Let's go.
Alright. Yeah, you go after him. I'm guessing you're bonus action dashing and action dashing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
you
thinks
catch
he's fast. Fuck this guy.
you catch up to him in, like, no time flat. This guy had 35 feet of movement. That's why he was faster than everybody else. As you just, like, tackle him, sorry, like, you catch up to him really fast. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tackle him, throw a knife at him, fucking kill him? Like, what?
He's pretty angry. I think he'll try to throw. This guy's a commoner, right?
You don't know.
Good question. Good answer. Good answer.
Oh boy. Like, never
I
have
think
I ever
what he'll
killed
most likely.
Go ahead.
I think what he'll most likely try to do is like get in front of him, not in front of him, but next to him,
Right.
and just truly like to try to like trip both of his feet as he's running.
Okay.
Assuming he might not expect it.
Give me an acrobatics check with advantage. He's gonna make a dex
Absolutely.
save.
Oh man, a 15 again. Why can't I roll better?
It's okay, he rolled worse. That's what matters.
Yep.
as you kind of appear beside him, you can see him like looking back over his right shoulder while you appear on his left, and he's like kind of running, and you hear I finally got away. Before vroom, the leg gets extended and he just trips, slams his face down onto the ground, and you can see like, oh, what the hell? As he like,
I think I put my dagger to his throat.
He just like sits up ever so slightly, and you can see that his nose is definitely broken. There's like blood dripping out of the side and also down his entire like throat and mouth. You kind of looking at him, he appears to be some sort of half elf.
You know, before we get any further, there's a thing I have to make.
Yes, it does.
There's no way I've been fed today.
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Is the save any easier since he's had dragon blood?
Yes.
Good.
Not mechanically, but you know.
Lovely.
You'll need a little bit more from the mechanics to kick in.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's see if I remember correctly. It is a 8 plus wisdom, so 8 plus 3 plus proficiency. 14 DC. Alright, let's go. Oh, I make it!
Just barely.
Just makes it.
You make it close enough that this man is terrified of your existence.
Yeah. As you're kind of looking down at him. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. As he's looking at, I think not the fangs themselves, but just like his mouth is kind of turned into a dangerous-looking grin, and his other eye has kind of started shifting into red, as opposed to both of them, or one of them being red, one of them being black. Both of them kind of start going red.
You see in that moment, like, just from the dagger, from the eyes, the evil-looking grin, and like the slightly pointed teeth that are barely visible, the moon's shining overhead. Yeah, the guy fucking faints. Like, you just see him like start foaming at the side of the mouth.
I think with the 14, he kind of slowly but surely, I assume as he hears other people start coming, like, collects himself again. The black eye will start going back to black. He'll just sheath the dagger quietly. Just kind of stay feeding on this man.
Yeah. You eventually see, like, the two women and one of the men kind of run up. You got him! Thank you!
He'll just walk up, and just kind of start walking away.
Wait! I really appreciate that. Here, a token of our appreciation. He kind of, like, hands you 15 gold. It's not much, but, you know, I just wanted to know that you're appreciated.
I
Thank you.
definitely do not need this. You keep it.
No, it's fine. You managed to get more back
Listen,
for us.
I've got more than enough money. Keep it.
Alright. Thanks.
He'll just nod and walk away. And probably just kind of walk for another 4 or 5 hours eventually until it gets like extremely dark and then go back.
Okay, give me a D100.
Oh boy! Love.
Okay, yeah. You get back to the place with no issues.
Yeah. Is this around the time that 2 girls are crying in the courtyard, in the garden?
Yeah, I'll say sure. You glance up the stairs. As
I
you're
think
just
he
like,
hears it before he sees it.
Yeah, you glance up the stairs. You see a guard walking towards you. He kind of like nods, and as he walks past you, not recognizing you, and you see Van Bloom turn around, speak to someone before he either dimension doors or like teleports straight up out of there. As you get up to the top, you see and hear the majority of the conversation before you also see Darcy just disappear.
I think he truly just ignores them and keeps walking forward.
Are you attempting to hide your presence?
No.
Vestel and Lyra, the two of you notice Varus walking by.
Boris, did you ever need to go back to the library?
Don't go.
Probably. Why?
We can't.
I didn't mean to.
Well,
It's
it's definitely not going to be the last time you kill a man, so good luck. Maybe he just keeps walking.
How did you know that?
He's not dead. He's just
Sleeping.
sleeping on the floor.
Family.
He's not dead. He went to a farm upstate.
Yeah.
So he bought the farm.
I think the only thing Varus does before he continues to walk in, still in an upset mood, is tell that to his family and just keeps walking.
You look upset. Do you need a hug too?
You can join us.
Completely ignores them.
Alright. Varus, you go inside and you do find Artemis and Darcy just kind of chilling.
What's going on out there? So, you know, some commotion, but didn't really hear what's going on out there.
Well, as far as I heard from, I assume, you and Darcy were talking to her. Lyra killed the man, because why not? Now we can't go back to a library, because, of course.
Wait, she just what? Did she just like lose her shit?
So,
And, like,
from
beat
what
the
I
shit out
could
of
get,
Not
from
a
what I could
library, the library.
So, from what I could understand through the crying and the drunken blubbering, she was shown something she wasn't expecting?
Yep,
What,
I
like-
heard something about 2 men and a dragon, apparently.
I don't know, honestly.
What an. So what? She just like what? Did she like rage out and like just pummel some guy?
From everything I could understand, it was a single punch and he went down.
Oh, well.
And died from a brain hemorrhage.
Oh, yeah, you'll have that on them big jobs. Well, I mean, I've been there before. Varus has been there before. Have you ever killed someone on accident, Darcy?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, well.
It's not
It's a
Yeah.
little, it's a little foggy on the full moon situation, but those first
Yeah.
few strings came from somewhere.
Yeah, so yeah, I was gonna try maybe. I was trying to connect this all back as a group, but I guess, you know, if it's not happened to you, I suppose it, you know, not as good as a example. Well, that's unfortunate. Is she gonna get arrested?
No, it looked like Van Bloom talked through it. It's just with a permanent lifetime ban from the Library of Melagost.
That seems rather. That's an important
Sorry,
point.
real
I imagine there might have been
Lyra.
there could have very well been a line regarding these individuals saved my life. They killed a dragon. Maybe, I don't know.
Can I just say, I don't know what it was, real quick, but from someone's mic, someone.
It was Andy.
Robert goes,
I heard-
it was Andy.
No.
Robert goes, we got a permanent ban from the library. All I hear in the background is, no!
yeah.
That was good timing.
Yeah.
Well, You know, I'm not too upset about that. I can't read that will. So, you know.
We know.
Yeah. Well, look, you don't have to rub it in, you dick.
Honestly,
No, it's just that. It's.
We totally forgot to do that.
No, Anonymous, when I say that, I simply mean you've mentioned this before.
Yes, but, you know, that still seems like a rather important resource for us to have.
I'm honestly surprised that we weren't hearing about any issues from your side of things.
Me? Issues? Me?
Yes.
What would I do?
I don't know. You're a constant enigma of insanity and chaos.
I mean, be fair, it's mostly just because I don't care. I just
My
gotta
point.
do things.
My point stands.
Hmm.
How did you spend your day?
Oh, that, you know, see, funny little thing. We got so distracted here. Well, I went to a shop,
Okay.
and it was a magic shop.
All right.
If you ever want to sell the additional, like, bones and whatnot of that dragon, they're willing to buy.
Can they afford it?
Apparently they said that they were fine with it. I said that if anything, we can maybe come back at a later point. But I bought a couple of things from them.
All right. What sort of
Ooh.
things did you buy?
You bought them from who?
I don't know, some shopkeep.
Varus,
That's what-
you're expecting too much information. So what did you buy?
I don't go and ask the name of every retailer I ever stop at. That'd be awkward.
I
Hold
mean,
on,
you
what's
can at
the-
least remember the place. I assume the place has the person's name.
Well, I know how to get there. I didn't read the sign, but yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, as expected.
I know how
What
to get
did you
there.
buy? What did you buy?
Well, I bought a potion. She called it a potion of, like, zombie something? Or a zombie potion?
Might I see it?
Sure, if you want to identify it. She was very vague on what it did.
Yes. The magical items that you purchased, I would like to identify them just to be safe.
Well, the other two, you know, I feel like if you identify it, it'd kind of ruin the fun.
How about I'll identify them and I won't tell you what they do. I will only give you vague instructions as to whether or not using them in anyone else's proximity or simply your own. How about that?
I suppose that's not a bad idea. We do go into pretty dead in the encounter. All right, you know what? You run a hard bargain, Mr. Merchant. I guess go ahead and identify them. I do want to know what the potion does, but the other two just give me like vague, nondescript answers for what they do.
So out of character, did you only buy the ciphers and the potion?
Yeah, I bought 2 ciphers and a potion.
Okay. I was just making sure that you didn't buy the weird beetle ring or anything as well.
No.
All right. Yeah. No. I'll spend the time to identify those, Jake.
Yeah, so the zombie oil is literally an oil that turns an unconscious or dead creature into a zombie. If the creature is dead, they actually just straight up get turned into a zombie under your command.
Okay.
If they are unconscious, they become and animate as a zombie, but they instantly fall unconscious and start making death saves again the instant they take any sort of damage. The effect lasts until they regain hit points or they take damage.
Right. So Darcy will tell Artemis. Right. So please do not use this on anyone in the party. Why? Frankly, I do not wish to be a zombie.
Oh, it does actually turn you into a zombie?
It turns you into a zombie.
You know, I knew that the naming convention
Now
seemed a little on the nose.
Now wait, what did they tell you it did?
She just said that it was called like a zombie oil thing. I was like, oh, does it turn, you know, someone into a zombie? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, so it's just a name thing. And she's like, yeah, it's just a name thing, you know? So
It's never just a name thing.
Who? You never got the name of this person who sold you something that can turn people into zombies.
I mean, I feel like it's useful, would it not be?
Right.
Wouldn't
So-
this be someone that you, I don't know, would look into, considering your oath to not let things that aren't supposed to be here appear?
She's a humanoid.
This
She
potion
has a
makes people
zombie
zombies.
making oil.
Yeah.
Also, to finish up the instructions, use this on a dead body. You now have a zombie friend, completely under your control. This
that's
this can also affect unconscious individuals. It will animate them similar to a zombie, but if any more harm falls them, they will be back to dying.
If you use that
Interesting.
on me, I will come back and I will stab you and send you to the afterlife again.
Well, I mean, I feel like it would not be very nice to use it, on friends. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess I have it now. It's not bad, I suppose, but I feel a little cheated. Wasn't what I.
How much did you pay for it?
70 gold.
70?
Yeah.
Inside
All right,
check.
that's
Well, both of you know what the roll, so.
Oh, yeah. I have to.
I'm making my own as well.
Oh.
Honestly, Darcy, it was probably about 70 gold.
Well, 70 gold is about how much this is worth. Yeah.
Yeah, 70 gold, man.
And what do I get with my 24?
I'm one. It wasn't 70 gold.
It sounds like it was a lot more than 70 gold.
How much did you actually pay for this?
It's just add a zero,
700 gold for something that is potentially illegal.
If it was illegal, I feel like I would have been able to buy it.
Necromancy is not
What you're
illegal.
telling me is you spent 700 gold on a potion that could turn someone into a zombie. And the other two got us all banned from a library and Lyra killed someone. How am I the only one who's done
are you
something
suggesting-
beneficial today?
Oh, I thought you were suggesting that like I go turn the
I'm trying to
dead
find.
guy
I'm
into a
trying to find
zombie.
us property so we don't need to keep mooching off of Van Bloom.
Anyways, you want to identify the other two items here?
Yes.
Again, don't tell me what they do. I feel like it would ruin
I'll
the
send you
surprise.
a message as to what they do.
Excellent. Thank you.
You could spoil it however you wish with the rest of the party. That choice
Right.
is on you.
Because it's definitely going to be told to Varus at least.
Well, you can just send to me. I can't wait for one of them to cipher of destroy body.
That'd be good cipher.
Destroys the person.
No, you just can't tell him what it does. Just let him do whatever.
Well, give me like vague hints or whatever. That way I know,
Yeah, no.
not to.
I'm going
But,
to give you
if
vague.
if it's a cipher of like destroy everything, all organic material in a 60-yard radius, then that might be a little useful to know, not to use it when I'm in the middle of the city.
Cipher fireball. 8th level.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Wait, Jake, can I do my thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Don't kill anyone.
I will kill everyone in the mask. Oh,
There you go.
I'm gonna go to the blacksmith.
Oh, finally, someone actually went to the blacksmith. Oh god. I was sitting here waiting with the sheet open.
I was leaving that to Veyron. He was the one that asked.
I mean, I was hoping like, Lai would come too, cause like I thought we were homies going to the blacksmith.
You're not her bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a new bestie.
I thought me and her were homies, okay?
You gotta put in some work for that.
Dang.
What
Yeah, you
happened
gotta
when
witness her murder a man.
we both had
you can
hands in the
bet.
dragon gut together? Like, I thought we had a bonding moment.
I bet Veyroon would have liked to get his hair done too. We should
He
have
gets
waited.
his hair done every other week.
Every
Even
time
out in
he's
the
with
wild.
us.
Despicable.
He does his own hair in the wild.
Yeah.
Spell for that, for the perm.
Create her.
Fifth
Uh,
level spell.
But yeah, Veyroon, honestly, it's not terribly difficult to actually find him. One, because his story is so conspicuous, and two, the person that is within the story is so unique. You were told that his name was Aiden, and that he was an Earth Ganassi. And his store definitely seems like it, because the entire thing is composed of metal. Like, the entire building is made of metal. And as you kind of, like, knock on the door and walk in, you can feel the heat of the forge and the heat of, like, the interior just kind of wash over you. And it's not that it's uncomfortable, it's just really fucking hot. As you kind of glance over, you see this very handsome, like, mid-30s, Ganassi man with glowing orange eyes that seems to be currently hammering away in front of a forge and kind of like tempering the blade that he's working on. Do you want to try and interrupt him, or do you want to wait?
I do insight? Like, is he in the zone?
Yeah, give me an insight check. Oh, he is definitely in the zone.
It'd be rude to interrupt. Favorite has learned first impressions are everything.
Okay. So you just kind of sit there, and approximately 15 or so minutes later, you can see that he kind of folds the blade over itself again, and then kind of sits down on the side. He stretches a little bit, grabs a bit of water, then looks over at you. So, what do you think?
Can I see?
Yeah. As you kind of glance over the actual weapon itself, honestly, it's beautiful. It's wonderfully made. And he kind of looks over it and he's like, it's imperfect. The material's kind of shit. All they have is steel. Couldn't give me anything better. So all I'm working for is scraps. Just
Oh.
basic scraps.
I did just get my hands on something interesting.
Yeah? Well, it better be dragons or you can get it out of my shop.
I go into my pouch and I pull out a dragon scale. I hand him one.
I was kidding, but by the fucking gods above. Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real.
Me and my party of adventurers, we just slayed the silver dragon. I was in the Aritos Mountains.
I can tell. This looks like a shoulder scale. Do you have an arm scale for me?
I just dig through.
Yeah.
I mean, I took them out, so I kind of know which one is which.
He kind of looks through and then very quickly he just picks one out. This is the arm scale. You can tell. You can tell because this fold is slightly lower here. It's a little bit longer in this way. This is one of the most beautiful pieces of material to create armor with. Now, I'm guessing you're here for something, and it's something to do with the dragon one, the dragon equipment you have.
Yeah, so Lord Van Bloom, he recommended you.
That
Smith.
old fuck. Of course he would. And he's right.
Huh.
I am the right person to come to. What did you want to make?
Well, this
Wait.
shield here is a loan from Van Bloom, and
You
I do need a
don't
new one.
use weapons. Your hands are too soft.
No, that's just because I use moisturizer every single day.
He just kind of looks at you. I moisturize every day too. And he kind of like holds up his hand, and you can still see that like the calluses are significantly less than they would be from someone who doesn't moisturize and do all that. Like his hands look nice, but they're still very well muscled. You can see his entire forearm like bulges ever so slightly. You just don't have the muscle for it.
Oh, well.
You're a caster, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Easy to tell. Now, if you want a weapon made, bring back the person who's actually going to use it. If you want armor made for you, that's easy. I can do that.
Yes. Armor would be perfect.
And the
As you can
scales,
tell-
do you have any leather?
I do.
Oh, excellent. I'm guessing you probably don't have its breath glands.
No, we had to give those away. It was part of a job.
Fair enough. Bones?
Bones? Got bones.
Excellent.
I even got this tendon, which, I don't know what you could use that for.
A bow.
Well, that's not me.
Either a crossbow or a proper heavy bow. I can make a great bow with this.
Well, let me ask around. I don't think anyone in my party uses bows.
Their loss. This will make a beautiful weapon.
What?
Oh shit, right. You use short bow. I was like, what?
I was like, I'm pretty sure someone does, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Usually my primary weapon.
I was like, no one can use a great bow in our party. I was like,
Yeah, great bow definitely not a normal bow.
yeah, I mean, because you can use short bow and hand crossbows, so.
Now I can use longbows as well, because
Ranger.
ranger.
Well, now you can. I don't know. Right?
I have proficiency with martial weapons now.
Oh, I guess you can use a great bow now.
They require strength though, doesn't?
A great bow is strength based.
Yeah.
You weak bastard. Okay. Like, oh,
Jesus.
there
I
is someone.
I remember a point in time where
Ranger now.
Kay pretty much vehemently refused to swear, and now swearing Kay is just hilarious to me.
No, bastard's not like a bad word, right? It's like a funny word you could use.
It has additional context, so there's that.
Well, if it's a bow, I do know someone. Maybe I'll send them back later.
I could also shorten it and make it a smaller bow if they need it. There's a variety of things that I could do. In fact, I could make it 2 short bows with this probably. It would have been much more effective as a singular great bow. But obviously, if no one's able to use it, then there's no fucking point, is there?
I mean, we could give Lyra a great bow.
You could.
Good. Even though I think it still goes off dex, so.
But what
Big mess.
armor are you looking for? What type? What specificity are you looking for?
Preferably plate.
Heavy plate. You
Heavy.
want true plate. Do you want plates or do you want a heavy cuirass?
Oh shit, can we... Wait, oh, you do have a curse. Ooh. Oh yes, a heavy cuirass would be be perfect.
It would be expensive. Though you might have brought the materials, it'll still be expensive. Is that okay?
I see. I mean, you do have to be paid for this.
Oh, very much so. The fire and the actual heat requirements for tempering dragon materials, immense. I'm gonna have to sit here for weeks. Well, probably not weeks, actually. It should just only take about a week for... Maybe 2? It'll take 2 weeks. It'll take 2 weeks. I'm just giving myself a bit of leeway. Just in case.
Just wondering, you know how to work with mithril?
Mithril. I've worked with it before. Why? You have mithril with you?
I look around and like, you didn't hear this from me. Well, you did. But we did get some mithril daggers.
Oh. That's not a bad use, is it? Small, light, throwable. in the right hands, it could be very deadly.
Think you could rework those into something else? I know some
Something
other people
larger?
are interested.
Extract the material, reforge it, bring it around to a different shape. Should be easy enough. I can do that. I've done it before. Mithril. Not
Alright.
easy per se, and you'll have to pay me a lot to make sure I can actually work on it.
Hmm.
For the
Okay.
heavy chorus itself, because of all the dragon bones and the requirements of the actual materials and everything else, it'll cost you 3,500 gold for the entire thing.
Okay. Can do that. Maybe I'll ask some of the people on party. We could sell you some of the leftover dragon bits.
Sure, that could make the material. That should lower the price if you're sending me some of the bits.
Yeah. But let me talk to everyone in my party. Just make sure all our I's crossed and T's I's dotted,
yeah,
T's crossed.
No idea.
He's
what you're
dotted,
talking
I's crossed.
That's not the standard alphabet of Illyria.
Sorry. I am, as you can tell, I'm an elf.
Is this canon now? Is Sylvan gonna be written in English? It's Latin characters?
No, it's
common
like
is
those characters that have like multiple dots.
I see.
Umlauts?
Yeah.
And he's gonna start writing in like, what was it? Saudi Arabian.
Sanskrit?
Yeah, the Sanskrit-based script.
I mean, I imagine it's like Lord of the Rings almost.
Yeah, probably something like that. But,
Yeah.
yeah, he's more than happy to do that. As for the actual weapons and the other pieces of equipment that you'd like to have created for you, or your party members, make sure they come with you next time, so I can actually see what they're using, how they're going to use it, and whether it's actually fit for them. Or if they have something that could be made better by me. Which nearly
Oh.
anything can, but
I'll
require
ask.
time and money.
Well, do have some money. We're not the richest around, but at least we're not the poorest.
You have enough money. That's what matters.
Yep, and you got the skill, so
That I
a
do.
perfect match here. Okay.
Alright, my break's done, so you should probably scoot along and come back next time with your friends. Unless you're going to pay me for the heavy chorus now and you're going to leave the materials.
Yeah, we can get that started, right? And
Yes.
I'll pull up some money
You got 3,500?
and materials. Oh, just barely. Yeah, I do.
Okay, so Veyruin has paid for a silver dragon heavy chorus,
Cool.
which will be ready on the 6th of Septilia. I think that's how it is. Oh wait, no, you guys are in Gordia. Never mind, it's Sylvia.
Oh man, I'm poor. I am so broke.
6th of Sylvia.
With all my money.
Oh Jesus, that is all your money. Oh my god. You have 4 platinum left? Damn.
I'm the brokest in the party now. At least I got some sick ass armor, right?
True, by a long shot. Okay. I like how my note right before this one was the fucking librarian has died.
Oh man. Everyone's gonna be in surprise when he gets back.
Well, you see two girls crying when you get back, so hey, there's that.
You probably get back before those 2 girls start crying, because they get back pretty late.
Ah. Fair, fair.
But yeah, you pay for your curse and you kind of give the materials over. How many pounds of the dragon materials do you have? Like, he needs bones, he needs the leather, and he needs scales.
It's in the party inventory. You
Yeah,
want
but
double
I
check?
don't look at that. Give me a second.
Okay, I can copy and paste it.
I'll just tell you how much he takes, because I vaguely know how much material he needs. I just need to double
Oh, yeah.
check.
Pick out
Okay.
this part.
So, you guys have already used 2 liters of the blood, I'm pretty sure. The heart is also gone, the breathland is also gone. He needs 5 pounds of leather. And he needs...
Okay.
15, he needs 20 silver dragon scales. And 10 pounds of bones. For the chorus.
Okay. Updated.
So- Where is this?
Party inventory.
Yeah, I
At the
just
top
updated.
right of your character sheet, there should be a button that says party inventory.
Right.
Having a heavy chorus or chorus being made.
Chorus, whatever.
Chorus.
I didn't know you had an 18 strength.
Oh, fuck. I don't.
You do need 18 strength for it.
Okay, can I go back and be like, oh yeah, I'm about you wake as fuck. You look at me, I'm a dainty elf boy. Okay, I need a plate.
He just looks at you. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah. I don't
You
know.
have at least 15 strength, right?
I do.
He does. And
Okay.
he will make you a plate armor instead. The materials required is the same.
Surprised we haven't. At
the
least
cost
the
the
string
same?
of fire elemental stuff.
You guys still have that from...
We don't though. It's been
Oh,
used.
wait, no, it's been used, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, why is it still in you?
No, that should be gone, yeah.
Check, is the cost the same? Am I still broke?
It's slightly less. It's 2,500 instead of 3,500.
Hey, I'm slightly less broke. Wait, that's wrong.
You just gave yourself like 2,000. Oh, there's like what? Oh, come on, man.
No, I was just putting down the year.
Yeah? It's not the year
Yeah.
anymore. That's the wrong year.
Oops. I also added too many zeros.
Yeah, that's all good.
Sorry, Jake. You know how I am.
Oh my goodness me.
It's time to get me a katana.
Okay, but yeah, you go back to the house. You can see that, you know, not everyone is around. Varus isn't around.
Yeah, I just talked to him about the blacksmith. He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah. Eventually, as you're just kind of chilling there, Varus does come back in and cues the explanation once more. And yeah. So now, Veyron, you are well aware that there's 2 crying girls. That's how you did the garden. And as all of you are kind of deciding what to do next, where to go, and what to do the day after, that's where we'll call this session.
I sure do love spending an entire session on downtime. This happens every time.
That was a great session.
Yeah, that was great.
You know, I really don't think Mistel would have done that, but it's canon now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just looking. I just feel like Lyra's just looking out from me and like looking at me butcher her character.
Yeah.
Things just devolving from here.